This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
Please direct your attention to the center of the field at this time as we introduce the seniors of the 2013 nationally ranked varsity cheerleaders.
Coppell Cowboys are the top seed in Division I, having wrapped up the 5-5A title with a 4-game winning streak. The latest, a 28-3 whipping of Denton Ryan last week. The only L in the loss column was a 31-10 defeat to top-ranked Allen in September. Next up, it's the regular season finale against the Lewisville Fightin' Farmers, who are also 3-6 and 1-3 in the district as they lost to Hebron 37-24 last week. Good evening and welcome to the Dickey's Barbecue pregame show from Max Goldsmith Stadium in Lewisville, Texas. I'm Jimmy the St. Christopher alongside this guy, Barry Probst. The 7-1 Coppell Cowboys get set to play the 3-6 Lewisville Farmers. Barry, this should be a good final tune-up for the Cowboys as we're just a week away from the starts of the playoffs.
Yeah, it really should, Jimmy. And you think about it, the last 3 weeks, it has been a field goal for Denton Ryan, a field goal for Flower Mound High, a field goal for Flower Mound Marcus. I mean, this Coppell defense is hitting on all eights, gang tackling, allowing the opponent only a 3. And usually in the second quarter of play, where there's just a momentary bit of threat, and then they are really clamping down from that point. So, yeah, a good tune-up. And, you know, something actually, Jimmy, on the line for the Lewisville Fighting Farmers, a slim shot at the playoffs. They have not fared well in district. You know, they're 3-6 overall and just 1-3 in district play, but they do have a shot. They need help with the fellow Lewisville schools and Flower Mound to lose, but they could get something. But Coppell is looking for other ideas to end perfect in district.
So as you mentioned, they've had a shutout, basically a touchdown shutout for the last 3 weeks, just giving up those 3 field goals in each of the last 3 games. Do you see Lewisville as more of an offensive threat?
Maybe. I mean, it's possible. You know, I would have thought Flower Mound would have been, and they proved to not be. And then I was thinking Denton Ryan would be, and they got held down to 3, and that really shocked me that neither of them couldn't scratch in the red zone and get a TD. I was expecting one or both to do that, but Coppell just played lights out. Now, Flower Mound, I will say this, they compounded a lot of their problems with it, self-inflicted wounds and mistakes they made. They could have had a little bit more, but Lewisville may be a team that will change that tonight and maybe threaten Coppell on the board a little bit.
Right around the corner, interviews with Coppell coach Joe McBride and Lewisville head coach Greg Miller. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
Dinner before a Coppell home game? Then head over and check out the best mouth-watering, lip-smacking, finger-licking, great-tasting barbecue there is at Dickey's Barbecue Pit. Whether it's takeout, catering, or dining in, Dickey's Barbecue Pit will deliver some of the best barbecue you've ever had, and be sure to round up the whole family and stop by on Sundays when kids eat free. Dickey's Barbecue Pit is located at 801 South Denton Tap Road, just north of Beltline. Dickey's Barbecue Pit, slow smoked and served fast since 1941.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need StatGeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
Welcome back to the Dickey's Barbecue pregame show with Coppell coach Joe McBride. Coach, how impressive of a win was that last week over Ryan?
Well, I think it was, we're really proud of it just because I think it displayed a lot of physicality on our offensive and defensive front. You know, they're huge on both sides of the ball. They had a lot of returners back on defense, and they're really physical. They're physically, and they're a lot like Longview. They look like Longview, and they kind of physically. And I'm just so proud of our kids for, you know, grinding it out and having a, you know, and kind of snapping out a win there in the second half and creating a little momentum.
Is everything clicking in all three phases of the game?
You know, I guess tonight is another step. We need to show that. But I think it's taking big steps every week, you know, and hopefully we won't peak too early, but we're going to peak at the right time. And, you know, the number one thing is stay healthy because, you know, you can't, in this DFW area, you got to stay healthy.
You guys are seeded number 1 in the playoffs, which start next week, and you'll find out, obviously, this weekend who you're going to play. Is it tough keeping them focused for the last regular season game before the playoffs?
Well, I don't. They haven't done anything to make me think they're not. However, as a coach, when you make a living on teenagers, you know, you've got to really emphasize that and plug that every chance you get about finishing and hitting stride and not taking any steps backwards and, you know, and preaching respecting your opponents and that whole thing that when you make a living on the choices of teenagers, you got to really emphasize.
With Coppell coach Joe McBride on the Dickey's Barbecue pregame show, how important is it to have a strong running game? They did a nice piece in Sports Day in the morning news the other day about Coppell being one of the few teams that are still running. But how important is a good running game?
Well, I think it's real important, you know, and year to year is kind of dictate how much you do that. But this year, having young and experienced receivers at the start of the year, even though we've really grown there, and a quarterback, we wanted to lean on returning linemen and 3 backs. And so that was our strength this year. However, you know, year to year dictates maybe a little different because you have what you have in a town. But we're proud of our run game. We've worked hard on it, and we just got to continue to keep getting better there.
What does Lewisville have on offense and defense?
Well, number one, Coach Miller is one of the better coaches around. I really think that, and he does a great job preparing his kids. He's in a building stage here, and all of his coaches on the outside can really see what he's done. And you know, they have a good, strong, big running back, you know, and Bueller, and you know they got a lot of returning linemen, and you know, they're really you know, he's a defensive mentality head coach, so he really controls the defense and a real sound, fundamental, and discipline there. And you know, they're just going to make you earn everything you get. They're not going to make busts.
And Coach Miller, said that your brother played with their defensive coordinator, Chad Hogg. Is that right? Or you knew him from school?
Maybe. I'm not sure. Coach Odell, my OC, and my brother, Kurt McBride, the linebacker coach, finished in 96 when they won state here. And so I don't know if that guy was a coach here or not, to be honest with you.
Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Joe McBride on the Dickey's Barbecue pregame show. We'll continue with Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio after this timeout.
And a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball, let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Since 1912, Liberty Mutual has been helping people live safer, more secure lives. For all your auto, home, life insurance needs, plus personal customer service right when you need it most, call Agent Josh Workman at 972-317-9630, extension 58782. Responsibility. What's your policy? Go Cowboys.
Stay up on all the latest news about the teams you care about and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media.
At Frost, we could talk to you about our 24/7 online banking. Or we could talk to you about our more than 1,100 ATMs across Texas. We can even talk to you about our mobile banking app that lets you pay bills, transfer funds, and deposit checks from anywhere. But at the end of the day, there's nothing we enjoy more than to just talk to you.
Thank you for calling Frost. How may I help you?
We're here with the technology and convenience you want and the service you deserve. Frost. Banking, investments, insurance.
At J. Macklin's Grill, you'll perfect the art of unwinding in a space that's warm and welcoming, with food that's fun and satisfying. Whether you are inside enjoying the mellow ambiance or outside people watching from the patio, J. Macklin's Grill is sure to provide an unparalleled casual dining experience, which is why they were voted best in Coppell. Stop by J. Macklin's Grill after the game and listen to live music on the patio Friday and Saturday nights. J. Macklin's Grill, chef-inspired, reservations not required. On the web at jmacklinsgrill.com.
Just wrapped up the Dickey's Barbecue pregame show. Jimmy the St. Christopher, Barry Probst from Max Goldsmith Stadium. Cowboys won the toss. They deferred. They'll kick off. Adam Centers will be doing that with the wind from the south at his back. He'll be kicking right to left. The Cowboys in their gray tops with red bottoms and the black hats. Burgundy tops, white bottoms, and the black hats for the home team, Lewisville Fighting Farmers. Cowboys ranked 4th in the 5A area poll and number 12 in the AP state poll. The Centers, with the wind at his back, Barry kicks it 70 yards, but he normally does that anyway. That was probably maybe about 75, closer to 80.
Almost through the uprights. And a powerful wind at his back, a chilly fall night.
It is.
Starting at 58 degrees here at kickoff, so and probably will drop a little bit even with a south wind.
Lewisville, coached by Greg Miller. Their offensive coordinator is Gerald Brixey. And across the front, it's Okafor, Atchison, Lyon, Salinas, and Foley. Matt McDougall, the quarterback, he hands off to Metric Bueller. Isaac McDonald's the fullback. He throws to his tight end, Mauricio Acosta. Cameron Creal is the wide receiver, along with Trinity Benson. Now the shotgun, 2 receivers near side, and the throw to the near side is complete. Was there a whistle to Trinity Benson on the completed play? Did they get that off?
No, they did not. I mean, the whistle blew before they got that off. I think it was an official's whistle. And interestingly, missing from the starting lineup for Coppell right now, Solomon Thomas, not in there on the first snap of the defensive series for Coppell.
So it's 2nd down and 10 for Lewisville. Run under center is McDougall. A toss pitch to the right side and gaining 2 yards out to the 27-yard line. Just a gain of a couple off the left side. Their running back, Metric Bueller, the 6', 205-pound senior. He is dropped after a gain of 2. It's 3rd and 8. Just underway. 20 seconds have elapsed as Lewisville 3-6 overall, 1-3 in district play. They need a lot of things to happen tonight, but with a win tonight and a bunch of losses, they could actually get into the playoffs. So it is a cool, windy night. Wind from the south. The burgundy-clad top and white bottom with burgundy helmeted Lewisville Fighting Farmers going into that win. McDougall drops to pass. He rolls and gets cut down at the 24-yard line by Bo Anderson. Bo Anderson coming in from his inside backer position gets his 2nd sack of the season.
Very good pressure by Bo Anderson. And Jimmy, I'm not sure if it was, I have no idea if Solomon Thomas is injured, suspended for a series or whatever, but maybe it's because Lewisville is a passing team, and he went with a lighter lineup. He had Killian Bresnahan up there on the defensive line instead of a linebacker spot.
So 4th and 11 and a punting situation, and doing those chores is Long Mung to Lang Mung, the Southeast Asian kids with the infectious attitude, but Coach Miller said they call him Long Mung. They don't know how to pronounce his first name, so it's just Long Mung. And he doesn't boot it that long, as it's a short kick into the wind. The Cowboys will have it 1st and 10 in Lewisville territory at the 48. Let's check the Cowboys offense real quick. It's a spread offense. Across the front, they average 267 under the guidance of Michael Odell. Quarterback is Skylar Bonneau. Fullback Parker Wilson. Charles West, the running back. He throws to Josh Fink, Blake Mahon, and Gavin McDaniel. Across the front, it's Gray, Behrens, Margolis, Moe, and Weber. 1st and 10 from the 48, scoreless. Minute and a half has elapsed. Toss pitch right to Gavin McDaniel at the big game last week, and he goes nowhere. And a very stout defense for Lewisville this year. It's been a high point for them. He gets little or no gain off the left side, and he is dropped at that point by a guy who we don't have on our roster.
He even had a double tight end set there, Jimmy, to start that play, and Coppell not able to spring Gavin McDaniel free with the block there to spike that.
Take that back. It was Kenny Phillips. I saw a 12, but he wears a 2. So Kenny Phillips, the junior defensive back with the stop, no gain. 10 minutes to play. First quarter were scoreless. 2 backs either side of Skylar Bonneau. Slot left with the receiver out to the left. Fake handoff to Gavin McDaniel. Bonneau goes straight into the teeth of the burgundy-clad Lewisville Fighting Farmers defense, and he gains 1. It makes it a 3rd and 9 situation. Kevin Moma is one of their big guys on defense. The defensive end stops him, so it's a 3rd and 9.
Lewisville looking pretty good with a tightened up D here early on, Jimmy. At least the first couple of plays. Coppell with hardly any running room out there to the side.
So Coppell had it at the 48 of Lewisville. They've gained 1 yard in 2 plays. Receivers 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. It's the far hash. Back to the right to Bonneau. 2-step drop. Looks left, looks over the middle, throws, bounces it incomplete. And at the 34-yard line was his intended receiver, Deion Foster, it looked like, and he just rolled that right in there, incomplete.
Well, Bonneau has a good wind with him, Jimmy, but for some reason he kind of threw down on the ball. His arm motion just kind of threw right, like he normally follow through. His followed down and threw.
4th and 9 punting situation, and it's Isaiah Robertson, the senior defensive back, who's back to receive the punt. Looks like they're going to pooch it, is dropping back into pooch formation. It's Bonneau. He's a left-footed kicker. He punts it, and line drive kick taken at the 9-yard line by Robinson. Avoids 1 tackle there, 15, 20, 25, 30. Shy of the 30, he crosses the 25 at the 26 before he is piled up. Laying on top of him on special teams was Parker Wilson, the fullback. So a nice return at Lewisville. We didn't hear from Coach Greg Miller, but we'll hear from him at halftime. He was saying they have upset in their minds tonight.
Well, and they have to think that way. They have to have that mentality to have a chance at playoffs. And it says something if you've got 3 wins on the season, twice as many losses, but you've got a shot for the playoffs.
McDougal runs to the line, under it now with a back behind, 2 tight ends, wide receiver split each side, fake handoff, rolls left, throws, launches one out there into Coppell territory. No flags come down, and is a good defensive play on the far side. I have to get adjusted to my new binoculars that don't work. I'm using these small binoculars, and it's Bryce.
German Wonder.
Bryce Vonsermulen, the German Wonder, gets a mid up as
or Wunder.
He didn't turn back for the ball, but he timed it perfectly. He didn't impede with the receiver, so no flag.
Got his hand right in there at the very end to break that up perfectly.
So it is 2nd down and 10. McDougal hands off into the teeth of the Cowboy defense, which still doesn't have Solomon Thomas. I scanned the field, don't see him in there. It was a gain of, I don't think they got anything. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 situation.
About 1.5, if that. Not next to nothing. Actually, they're going to mark off a penalty here.
Our referees tonight, our officials.
Offsides on the Cowboys there, Jimmy.
Roy Gaskell is the referee. Umpire is Chuck LaCroix. Head linesman is Chris Jenkins. Line judge Mac Tiggs. And the back judge is Jeff Wasserman. So it's 2nd and 5. Offside on the Cowboys. 8.5 to play. First quarter scoreless. I formation. Back split. Far to the left. Ball near hash mark under center. McDougal. Handoff and a little shake and bake. Goes fullback Isaac McDonald out to the 36. I'm correct, that'll be Metric Bueller, their big gun running back, 6', 205-pound senior. And he gets the 1st down. They move the sticks. 1st and 10 from the Cowboy 36.
And Jimmy, if this continues and this game goes along and Lewisville keeps believing and they are hanging around, this kind of lookout game. You can drop it if you're not careful.
Ball near hash mark, 1st and 10, full house backfield. Lewisville has run that over the years. And the handoff again, this time it is to Metric Bueller, and he's stacked up. I see 10 black helmets and gray shirts around that. Not everybody got a hold of him. Chris Atkins, though, led the charge, and he had help from Elliot Tostrud on the tackle, and they gain 3 at 2nd and 7.
Now, Solomon Thomas is over there on the sideline with his helmet off, right next to the defensive coordinator, I believe, and kind of maybe waiting like a horse in the stable to come in.
They send Cameron Creal to the far side. Ball at the near hash, 2nd and 7 from the 39. Scoreless here, first quarter, 7.5 remain in it. McDougal, quick drop, throws it out to the left flat, complete to Travis Spinney. Travis Spinney gets run out of bounds. He knocks down the sticks. Don't know if he had enough to get the first down, but in on the play for the Cowboys was Collins Okachka. And they're short of the first down by a couple. It's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, he tackled him a couple of yards short of the line to gain. And even though Jimmy Coppell's playing with about 6 guys hovering up near the line of scrimmage, you would think they might be able to cover the edges pretty well on a pass play out in the flat. But Lewisville, to their credit, got the guy out in space really quickly.
From their own 44, ball to the far hash. 3rd and 2 is a missed snap. McDougal picks it up, turns and toss, pitches to Metric Bueller, and he gets clubbed back to the original line of scrimmage. So he's going to lose almost 8, and he was decked. Boy, that was a mishandled snap. Chris Adkins and Bryce Bonsermulen got back there in a hurry, so it's another 4th down punting situation. So we're kind of in between the 30s. So 30s in midfield because the Cowboys' first drive had it at the Lewisville 48 and 1-2-3 kick, and they were out. So back at his 26 is Troy Parker as Long Mung boots it into the wind, gets knocked down at the Cowboy 44, takes a minor Lewisville roll to be down at the 43-yard line at the far hash. Coppell Cowboy football on Champion Sports Radio is sponsored by Dickey's Barbecue. Check out the best mouth-watering, lip-snack and finger-licking great taste of barbecue there is at Dickey's Barbecue Pit, located on Denton Tap Road, just north of Beltline. Dickey's Barbecue Pit, slow smoked and served fast since 1941. We'll have more sponsors in a shake. 1st and 10 Cowboys, far hash at the 43. Scoreless, 6:24 first quarter. Final regular season game for each club. Cowboys will be the top seed. Here's Bonneau, big hole. Charles West still runs to the 38-yard line, and he picks up a gain of 19. First Coppell first down of this drive, sponsored by Plumbing's First Responders, Mr. Rooter DFW on the web at MrRooterDFW.com. Nice, quick, open hole by that front line. The Hogs, as it were, the Cowboys up front, averaging 267 along that front line. It's Kevin Gray, Brian Barron, Seth Margolis, the center, Roger Moe, and Bill Weber on the right side. 1st and 10 from the 38 near hash. Eye backfield, 2 receivers right. No hands off to West again. Jukes right, goes left, spinning to the 35. He gains 3, and he is dropped by Caden Hartsburg, the junior defensive lineman. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
And still, Lewisville, the Fighting Farmers, they are indeed fighting and trying to keep Coppell from just pushing them all over the field. You look at Lewisville's scoring totals, and they have been almost doubled up throughout the year, 111 to 236. For Coppell, they've almost got a 2-to-1 edge.
2nd and 7 for the Cowboys near hash. Backs on either side of Bonneau, 2 receivers right. He looks after a fake handoff, and he completes. Little comeback route to 38, and West, breaking to the inside, 10-5 touchdown Cowboys, and that will look like Josh Fink taking it in.
Indeed, it was Fink, and that was a great play. He had come back almost behind the line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage a little bit to catch the pass. Started to go that way, reversed field, was almost looking for a block from Skylar Bonneau, his quarterback, turned it inside from him and raced down the numbers alley to get the TD, just outran everyone to the end zone.
So Bonneau to Fink, a 36-yard TD. Adam Centers out of the hole to Deion Foster, and it was a diving attempt at a block, but that is for naught as it goes through and true. So Cowboys strike first at 5:05 left in the first quarter. They're up over Lewisville 7-0. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
You're tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
Back in Coppell, the Cowboys just scored. A little pooch kick by Adam Centers, and that was a good idea. It went 7 yards. It's going to draw some flags, and it was recovered at the 47. Boy.
Jimmy, I'm not sure if the school of thought was trying to catch Lewisville off guard and have the ball ricochet off them.
Yeah, and get the onside kick.
Yeah, but nonetheless, Lewisville is going to have good field position here. Did he call personal foul?
Yeah, he did.
Wow. I thought it might have been the ball didn't travel far enough, or it might have
That's
been
what I thought.
touched, but this is a killer of a penalty on Coppell.
Roy Gaskell, personal foul whistle, the referee tonight, and that's going to give Lewisville mighty fine field position at the 39-yard line. They trail 7-zip, 5:05 to play here in the first quarter. The regular season finale for both clubs. McDougal, the quarterback, backs one back to the left, two receivers near side, a little swing pass to the near side, and it's complete, and losing a couple yards is Cameron Creel, and he is knocked back, getting up off the bottom of the stack for the Cowboys. Look like Eric Wilhelm on the stop. So they lose 3. It's 2nd and 13. Clock ticking down to 4:35 to play first quarter. Cowboys with the lead 7-zip. Split far to the left side. There's a tight end, Mauricio Acosta. Two receivers near side. Ball the near hash. Off eye, and McDougal decides to run. McDougal has negative yards this year. I think he has minus 51 yards and 34 carries, and he got back to the line of scrimmage before he is popped by Elliot Tostru, the linebacker, and gets nothing, so it's 3rd and 13.
That's about the first time we've seen Lewisville tuck it under and run with the quarterback. He's thrown about 3 passes tonight, 3 pass attempts, but just handed off to his backs before that one.
Okafor, Atchison, Lyons, Salinas, and Foley, their front line. Ball at the near hash, 3rd and 15 at the Cowboy 44. They trail 7-0. 2 wides near side. McDougal throws it right into the arms of a waiting Cowboy at the 26-yard line. He's got a lot of green going down the far side. 30, cuts back in, and gets into a scrum there at the 26-yard line. And it's our man, Troy Parker, who... I don't have him down for an interception this year. He has a sack, 4 PBUs, and a fumble caused. But his first pick, boy, he looked like he was the receiver. He's standing right there, and the ball is thrown right to him. So a nice return to the Lewisville 44 as they pick off McDougal, his 6th interception this year.
Wow, that's quite a few. And that one was thrown right to Parker. I mean, he was almost like the receiver was thrown directly to him. And Lewisville, has shot themselves in the foot here on a couple of possessions, especially that one.
So Cowboys with good field position at the 26. Ball at the far hash, the short side of the field here at Max Goldsmith Stadium. In this regular season finale, Coppell came in at 7-1, 4-0 in 5-5A play. They're the top seed in Division I. Long snap under center is Bonneau. Hands off, and right up the middle goes Parker Wilson, the fullback, and he maybe got a couple. They're going to mark him. He got more than I thought. They're going to mark him at the 23. Picks down 3. It's 2nd down and 7.
Lewisville's first possession was a 3-and-out, but their second one had some promise. They milked it for about 6 plays before they had to punt and had some momentum going. And then that one, they had great field position on the errant onside kick and the personal foul penalty, and then just got sacked and then threw a disastrous pick.
Under 3 to play first quarter. Cowboys leading at 7-0. Ball at the far hash, 2 wides, near side back on either side of Bonneau. He fakes, a handoff to McDaniel, complete. And getting downed is Deion Foster inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. Nice pickup of 14. Cowboys first down of this drive, sponsored by Plumbing's First Responders, Mr. Reuter on the web at mrreuterdfw.com. Nice bear hug tackle. That was Courtney Bradley.
Sponsor of Lewisville High School.
So the Cowboys with a nice first down.
Nice shifty move by Deion Foster to go to the turf and try to get under him there.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 10. 1st and goal from the 10. They drop the sticks under center. And an off-eye. Toss pitch right. Bonneau to McDaniel. Goes to the corner. Cuts back in. 5-4, 3-2-1. Hang 6 for Gavin McDaniel, who had the big game last week and is seemingly a big game every week. As McDaniel, they set him up on the 2 deep and on the depth chart as the X receiver, but he's also a heck of a runner as he scores his 9th touchdown on the ground. He takes it in from 10 yards out. 2:11 to play here in the first quarter. Coppell ups their lead to 13-0 on the 10-yard scoot. Adam Sanders will boot the extra point through and true. So 2:11 remaining, first quarter. Cowboys leading Lewisville now 14-0. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
Just like every parent, you want the best for your child. While you want your child to be healthy and to enjoy participating in sports, you may also have concerns about their abilities and possible injuries. This is where Velocity Sports Performance can help. Whether your child wants to be the star of the team or just wants a little more playing time, Velocity Sports Performance can help your young athletes reach their goals. Visit their Coppell location at 801 Hammond Street near Bethel Road and Freeport Parkway, or visit them online at velocitysp.com. Become a better athlete today at Velocity Sports Performance.
Cowboys with a short-ish drive, but nonetheless, they culminate that with Gavin McDaniel's 9th rushing touchdown this season. He's also caught a pair, so he's responsible for 11 six-pointers this year. Extra point was good. They lead it 14-0, 2:11 first.
Jimmy, a couple of 3-play drives by Coppell. A minute 19 and a minute 21. Both go for Pater.
So Adam Centers booting it with the windows back here at Max Goldsmith Stadium on a chilly, cloudy night. It's dark now, of course, but it's cloudy earlier. And again, he boots it 70-plus yards. That'll come out to the 25.
Well, the Fighting Farmers had a good first couple of series on defense, really keeping Coppell in check between the tackles and out to the edge, too. And then they had one drive on offense where they managed to sustain some movement down the field, and then you thought they had a great field position that time, but boy, they just had the drive blow up in their face.
And the 6th interception of the year thrown by Matt McDougall was right in the arms of Troy Parker. That was a big play last drive. McDougall under center now. Tight end slot left back in the backfield is Bueller. He goes to the center of the stack, and he goes backward after getting hit by 3 gray-shirted Cowboys, and leading the stacking and the hitting looked like Eric Wilhelm again.
Jimmy, I must say Lewisville has about the most multiple sets of any team I've seen this year. They've got a lot of variation up there in the formations. And then McDougall does a really good job, actually, of scrambling out, throwing against the grain. We'll see if he tests his arm here again on this drive.
Taylor and Robinson split near sides and I backfield behind McDougall. Is under center. Fake handoff to the second man in the eye, and he's going to run left now. He gets 1 yard across the line of scrimmage to the 26-yard line before he is lassoed. And a nice tackle employed, the good lassoing by Killian Brezhnehan. I wonder if his dad, Tom, is listening with the PepsiCo people down in South America this week.
Yeah, if he's still on assignment or if that's a permanent deal. Or
they're down there. If not, he's listening here. Shout out to Tom Brezhnehan, Killian's dad. Gain of 1, it's 3rd and 9. 1 minute even in a quickly played first quarter. Cowboys leading 14-0. Ball at the far hash, short side of the field. 2 wides near, 1 to the far side, 1 back. Dougal fakes to him. He hangs it out, and leaping attempt made at the 50-yard line. It is incomplete, and good defense by the Cowboys back there on defense. I think it was Chris Adkins, wasn't it?
Yes, and
Cameron Creel was the receiver. It was a jump ball, and Adkins got it, jumped up, or Bryce Vondermule, correct that, Bryce, the German Wonder, is that what you call him?
German Wunder.
German Wunder, Bryce Vondermule, and the junior with his 4th PBU pass broken up. Nice time of the jump ball.
I thought Cameron Creel on that, Jimmy, kind of jumped a tad early, and it might have had it otherwise.
Parker back deep, long Mung boots it to the 44 of the Cowboys, and it takes a bounce into the arms of the Fighting Farmers Harry Pearson at the 38-yard line. That's where the Cowboys will put it in play. In the waning seconds of the first quarter, they're up by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and Tanlong might have gotten a little more milked out of that punt if Pearson hadn't just handled it so quickly. But the previous couple of punts, had a golf bounce backwards kind of. So they didn't maybe want to take a chance on that. He might have gotten 3 or 4 more yards out of that punt.
So the Cowboys on offense, ball smack dab in the center of the field, right in front of us at their own 38. Wide receiver far, one to the near side, backs on either side of Beno. He just shuffles his feet, throws through the arms of Josh Fink on the near sideline. Good coverage, and Beno rifled a bullet in there, but too hot to handle for Josh Fink, who reeled in that 36-yard catch and run for a touchdown. And Fink has 3 now in the season, 3 touchdown grabs.
And we still have yet to see Solomon Thomas, Jimmy, either on offense as a fullback or on defense.
Have you spotted him over there? He's in uniform.
Yes, he had his helmet to his side.
2nd and 10 from the 38. Under center is Beno, man in motion. He gives it to, go on the right side is Gavin McDaniel, and he gets tripped up. There's a flag comes down. Could be a tripping penalty. I don't know. Or a hold? I don't think it would have been a hold. Kenny Phillips on the tackle. Now Joe McBride is out there with referee Ray Gaskell and the rest of his crew. There was illegal use of the hands against the Cowboys, so that's coming back.
Well, I will say, while the officials, Roy Gaskell's mic doesn't work here, he does at least turn to both sides and give you the signal.
Up is Chuck LaCroix, head linesman Chris Jenkins, line judge Mac Tiggs, back judge Jeff Wasserman. You're right. We are on the home side, so the Cowboys play
and he's kind of given both visitor and home side the signal.
Yeah, that's tonight. Good.
But yeah, it is good.
So it is 2nd down and a bundle. They have to get out to the 48. 2nd and 17 from the 31. Ball the far hash. 2 receivers near side. Boy, he wanted to hand off, and then he didn't, and then he did hand off to the near side. A nice run out to the 45-yard line. Gavin McDaniel, he's clipped by Isaiah Robinson, the senior defensive back, short of the first down, but a nice pickup. It was 2nd and 17. It'll be 3rd down and 4, so a nice run of 13 by McDaniel. Courtney Bradley in on the stop as well with Robinson. So we're down to the end of the first period. That'll wrap up quarter number 1. We'll start our second set of 12 minutes here from Max Goldsmith Stadium. Cowboys leading Lewisville 14-0.
High school
You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
Achieving excellence goes beyond top grades, and AXA wants your help in recognizing them. Up to 12 DFW area students will receive a $2,000 AXA Achievement Community Scholarship, and 1 senior in Texas will receive a scholarship worth up to $25,000. Do you know a local high school senior who has excelled at a job, sport, community project, or other extracurricular activity? They may be eligible for an AXA Achievement Community Scholarship. For more details, contact Thomas Lee at AXA Advisors, 972-455-9114.
Are you studying on your own for the SAT or ACT? Follow My Test Answers on Twitter and Facebook for free solutions to official test questions. Got a question of your own? Send a message to My Test Answers and get a response for free. Got more than one question? Don't worry, we'll answer those too. With over a decade of experience in helping students prepare for standardized tests, the experts at My Test Answers will get you the answers you want whenever you need it. My Test Answers, problems solved.
Back at Max Goldsmith Stadium, first snap to start the second quarter. It's a handoff to Charles West, and he is strung out and dropped short, well short of the first down. Gains about 4, and a nice lateral pursuit on the play made by Gage Scott, the junior defensive back, and we'll bring up a 4th and 5. And when was the last time we saw the Cowboys punt? Last week.
Well, the first series, I mean, they had basically a 3 and out, and then had to punt it away, and then after that, Lewisville has just really given up quick touchdowns.
Isaiah Robinson hangs back at his 28. Center stands on his 29 on the 4th and 5 from the 43. High snap. Adam pulls it in. Boy, he had pressure. And just going by him, almost nicking him as into the wind now go the Cowboys with the punt. It rolls to the 23-yard line. And that was Devin Tillis who almost got a hand on. It looked like he just brushed right by center. There's no flag, though, so he didn't.
He must have hologram fingers, Jimmy. I don't know how he missed that. I really don't. He had a great chance to block it, and how he didn't do it, I'm not real sure.
You're right. The old hologram. So Lewisville going right to left now with the south end zone to their back. And their burgundy tops, white bottoms with burgundy hats. Cowboys with the black hats, the gray tops, and the red bottoms with the white and black piping up the side. Under center, McDougal under the eye. He fumbles again for the second time tonight, picks it up. Did he roll that out to the right side? He didn't recover it. I think the back going by recovered it. Yeah, it was Carl McGee, who's one of the 3 or 4 guys that they run in and out of there. McGee, the junior, he leads them in carries, yards, and yards per carry, 3.6. Is a touchdown to his credit. So they lose to it, 2nd and 12, minute and a half into the second quarter. Cowboys leading at 14-0. Wide splits each side, tight end to the left side, big hole, and it looked like McGee again out to the 32. He lunges forward, and he is short of the first down by 3 because they lost those couple of yards. So they're going to mark him at the 31-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that previous possession, Jimmy, 4 plays because they got the 1 first down initially, but a quick possession, 42 seconds for the Coppell Cowboys before having to punt it away.
Cowboys 4-0 in 5-5A play. They're the top seed in Division I. Playoffs start next week. They'll find out their opponent this week. Coach McBride was saying probably Irving or Nimitz. 3rd and 3 from the 31, ball center of the field. And McDougal under center bumped into one of those guys in the Isaac McDonald, the fullback. I don't mean to laugh at their.
And you know what else is bad about?
I
started to say cost him the first down because it looked like he was a yard short. Okay, I'm going to go sit over here in this corner.
And they get the first down after that. It looked like bumper cars. McDougal hitting McDonald. Who ended up carrying that? And was that McGee that carried that?
Yes, and here I am, making a salient point. So I'm thinking, he's like, it cost him the first down. No, it didn't.
And here I am laughing. And they get the first down. 1st and 10 from the 34. Ball center of the field, 2 wides near side, 1 to the far side. And this time the handoff and plunging forward to the 38-yard line. Picks up 4. And
that's actually Villarreal.
Yeah, Villarreal, the quarterback. He comes in and spells McDougal. Maybe McDougal got hurt on that bumping. He's the backup quarterback, and he's in there now.
Yeah.
Villarreal, the junior quarterback. He's throwing 28 passes, completed half of them for 189 yards. 2 touchdowns and a pick. 2 wides, far side, ball near hash mark. 2nd and 5, 30-9. The off eye. Villarreal rolls. Villarreal throws. Nice diving catch. First down yardage at the far sideline, near the far sideline at the 46-yard line. And Trinity Benson makes the grab. And he's their leading receiver. 30 catches, 395, 13.2 average, and 3 touchdowns.
Good diving catch, like you said, and a good rollout pass by Villarreal there that get out there and have time to fling it.
Benson, short side of the field, split far, near side receiver. Off eye for Villarreal, and he pitches back to Bueller, and Bueller is going absolutely nowhere. I knew he was going to probably use that, so that was premeditated. But Troy Parker came in the blitz, and he gets him another tackle for a loss. He has a sack. That's not a sack because it was a running play, but a TFL, and they lose back to the 41. It's 2nd and 15.
Lewisville on a little methodical 3.5-minute drive with about 7 plays here so far, Jimmy. That's a good thing for them. They're keeping the ball away from Coppell.
We're under 8 to play. Cowboys leading at 14-0 here in the first half. Villarreal fakes. Villarreal wishes he would have gotten rid of it, and he gets crunched down. And doing the double crunch on that play was Eric Wilhelm and also Collins Otkachka. They get credit for a half sack each, and he loses 2 more back to the 39, so it makes it a 3rd and a bundle, 3rd and 17.
So this will tell the test if Lewisville has some moxie here, 3rd and 17, see if they can convert this. This is their 8th play of the drive.
They send Taylor and Robinson to the far side, 2 to the near side, 1 back to the right of McDougal in the shotgun formation. Ball center of the field. 3rd and 17. Shovel pass forward, and it's caught by Bueller. Bueller butts heads and shy of the 40-yard line. The first headbutter was Collins Okachka. Also in on the tackle, Killian Bresnahan and Bo Anderson around the play too, but they had needed 17. They only got 10. It's 4th and 7.
Yeah, and they're just not quite in the position right now in terms of field position or time to go for it. Although this might be a place for a fake, though, Jimmy.
So Long, Mung, it's H-M-U-N-G, a South Asian kid. Oh, there is the block. Getting a mid on it for the Cowboys was Killian Bresnahan. It's picked up at the far side to the 20, cutting back in at the 15, 10, 5, hang 6 for the Cowboys. Killian Bresnahan blocks it, returns it, but he's not going to get a touchdown. Looks like there was a block in the back against the Cowboys, so I temper my enthusiasm.
That was rightfully displayed enthusiasm. Yeah, the flag is thrown at the 24. I guess that's roughly the area where the infraction occurred. But, Killian Bresnahan burst through there by himself. But Wong's punt went a little low. He didn't get under it to kick it high. He just kind of kicked it like a line drive. It was going to be a line drive punt had he gotten it off cleanly.
Got a few of those tonight. He's kicking into the wind.
And how close are those, Jimmy? Bresnahan gets through to block one, and Devin Tillis on the other possession, Lewisville almost just barely misses a Coppell punt to block.
I take that back. He was kicking with the wind.
Yeah, he was kicking with the wind, but he kicked it really at a low angle instead of, getting it up with a guy coming in.
So 6:12 to play first half. Cowboys leading 14-0. 1st and 10 for Coppell. I formation, far hash in Lewisville territory at the 34. Gavin McDaniel, big opener. Gavin McDaniel, does he get a first down? He gets slammed down at the 24-yard line. Let's see where they mark it. The umpire, Chuck LaCroix, is putting it there, and they're short. So it's 2nd and less than a yard. I'd say a couple feet.
So and that drive for Lewisville, Jimmy, almost consumed 5 minutes and about 9 plays, and they have a blocked punt to show for it. And it's very frustrating for Greg Miller and his crew.
Fink will be near side. Then they're going to tight end on the right side. McDaniel splits to the left. They do an end around. West to Fink. Fink to 30. Gets a first down. Shoved out. Almost a horse collar. It looked like from here at the 18-yard line. He does get the first down as he is dragged down by Isaiah Robinson. First Coppell first down of this drive, sponsored by Plumbing's First Responders, Mr. Reuter DFW, on the web at mrreuterdfw.com.
I thought it was Joe Head over there that or are they going to call this? They are, Jimmy. They are going to call the horse collar. And I thought it was Joe Head.
Was it Head and not Robinson?
Because it is Joe Head.
There,
he's coming out now.
And
you're right. And he got him. Actually, maybe not Head, but rather Gary Reyes. I thought it was Joe Head that grabbed him, but he had 2 hands and he quickly let go. I thought, well, he let go soon enough, but
and he started running away from Chad Hogg, the defensive coordinator, but now he's in between Hogg and Coach Miller, and Miller has his arm around him.
Guilty.
So 1st and goal from the 9, under center for the Cowboys. It's Skylar Benoit fakes out of the eye, throws a bullet, and it's caught. Beautiful catch in the end zone. Cowboys hang 6, and a nice catch made by that was Blake Mahan. So Blake Mahan reels it in. 5:21 to play here in the first half, and the Cowboys up their lead now to 20-0. They had the 14-0 lead at the end of the first frame. It was a 9-yard scoring strike to Mahan. So Adam Centers boots it, and it is good for the extra point. So Cowboys up the lead 21-0 over Lewisville. We'll return to Max Goldsmith Stadium. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Touchdown pass, Bonneau to Mahan. Extra point good. Cowboys lead at 21-0. Centers into the wind. Still boots it at the 2-yard line. And it's going to return by Dior Taylor. He gets into a scrum just shy of the 20. So a 17-yard return, we'll call it. So Lewisville puts it in play going right to left in their burgundy and white home uniforms, trailing 21-0 now, 5:13 left first half.
Well, Jimmy, another very short, quick scoring drive for Coppell. 2 plays, 9 yards on the 9-yard touchdown pass, and 41 seconds. Lewisville is making the mistakes now that Coppell thrives on the opponent making in order to bury them quickly.
Third touchdown pass for Mahan. McDougal back in there, quarterback toss pitch, and a big opening hole, spinning away and getting into the second level as Carl McGee shows quick feet, and he gets decked at the Cowboys' 38-yard line, and taking him down over the top for Coppell was Bryce von Zermeulen, the German wonder. Otherwise, he's going to go a big distance. That was at the 19, so let's add it up real quick. 31 plus 9. It was a 40-yard scoot to the Cowboy 41.
Yeah, great run and some great closing pursuit there by a couple of Coppell Cowboys, including von Zermeulen, but to chase him down and flag him down after a long gain. But a nice run by Carl McGee. He had to bounce off a couple of guys getting through the line to the second level.
Cowboys are on Champion Sports Radio. This broadcast of Coppell Independent School District sponsored by Velocity Sports Performance. Velocity Sports Performance can help your young athletes reach their goals. Visit their Coppell location, 801 Hammond Street near Bethel Road and Freeport Parkway, or visit them online, velocitysp.com. Become a better athlete today at Velocity Sports Performance. Also, Jason's Deli. They love fresh food and premium, more natural ingredients. Experience exciting true flavors and real taste, so you know you're getting nutrient-filled goodness for your money. Download the Jason's Deli iPhone or iPad app and skip the lines today. So 5:04, first half. Cowboys lead at 21-0 for the big 40-yard scoop by McGee. Farmers have it at the Cowboy 41 near hash. 2 wides near one to the far side. McDougal, they do an end around. Coming around to the right side is Travis Spinney. He gets a first down to the 25, 20, 15, 10. Inside the 10 at the far sideline. Let's see who crashed into the turf. At that point, it was taken down. Chris Adkins got him. Can't see the lights reflect. We're in this booth that's 2 feet over our head, the lights, and shining off my 2D. That's okay there, but down here, I'm having a problem.
You're doing fine, though. You're doing fine overcoming players. Yeah,
and I like the size of that roster.
I'm right there with you on that.
It's like you need binoculars for this one roster we have. 1st and 10 from the 11. Far hash mark. McDougal fake handoff, throws over the middle, and getting smacked down in the end zone. Looked like it wasn't Robinson. It was Maurice Acosta, the tight end. Good coverage. Boy, just Troy Parker slammed him to the turf. Good throw, but good defense by Parker.
Yeah, he broke that up really nicely. And it was a good throw. Big, quick strike. So we're seeing, McDougal back in there, dare I say.
He is at the far hash. 2nd and 10 from the 11. They can get a first down at the 1. They trail 21-0. 2 wides near side. Toss pitch to McGee. McGee goes into the center of the stack, and he has Bo Anderson came up to smack him down and had help from his line mates too. Also, Chris Biggers there, the defensive lineman. We still haven't seen Solomon Thomas, the all-world defensive end for the Cowboys, one of their captains.
Yeah, he has not made it out there yet, and that was almost 2 men in motion, Jimmy. The fullback started to scoot as the wide receiver from the right side went in motion.
2 wides near for McDougal. McDougal drops. He's going to hang it to the corner of the end zone. Flag comes down, both feet in bounds on the touchdown catch for Cameron Creel, but a flag was dropped by the head linesman. That's like 2 yards deep in the end zone. He caught it just this side of the pylon at the corner of the end zone, and it was against the Cowboys, so they declined to the Farmers, and they get their first score at 4:03 here in the first half, an 11-yard scoring strike from Mac Dougal to Creel.
Nice play there, and at first, Jimmy, I was thinking the way he got open there at the very end, they were maybe going to call Lewisville for a pick play, but that was not. Oh, look at the swinging gate there.
They tried the swinging gate. They went for 2, and they say they have it. Let's see what the men in the striped shirts say. No, they didn't get it. They stopped.
Wow,
short,
that was close because that caught everybody.
Yeah, that did.
And and about 4 guys on the Coppell special team unit were right there monitoring the whole thing and wisely sniffed it out. Otherwise, that was going to be 2 instead of 1.
So 2 failed. They get 6. They trail 21-6, 4-3 first half. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
For all your auto, home, life insurance needs, plus personal customer service right when you need it most, call Agent Josh Workman at 972-317-9630, extension 58782. Since 1912, we here at Liberty Mutual have been helping people live safer, more secure lives. Insurance from a company as responsible as you are. Go Cowboys!
Hello again from Max Goldsmith Stadium. Nice football weather. The wind's blowing from the south, but 62 degrees at game time. But, man, with that wind, Barry, it was down on the field. My eyes were starting to water.
It is chilly out there. Very, very chilly night. And these players, even, a lot of them are wearing the undersleeve tonight, like myself. And if they are, then it's pretty cool.
Long Munn boots it off. We haven't seen him kick it off with the wind to his back, and it's going to go 7 yards deep in the end zone. And they thought twice, but Parker's going to come out with it. Gets to the 20, breaks a tackle, 25, and then gets spun around and taken out. He surges forward to the 32-yard line. Joseph Stevens on special teams had him first, but nice return. He's about 7-8 yards deep in the end zone. Decided to bring it out.
Yeah, Corey Pearson was hanging on and trying to pull that ball out the whole way, and he just hitched a ride on Troy Parker's back and said, I'm going to try to pry this ball out if I can. But Parker, fortunately, secured it pretty well and was not going to have it stripped.
We'll have our Velocity Sports Performance halftime show coming up. We'll look at stats, some other scores. Cowboys leading this one 21-6 with the ball. Skylar Bonneau out of the shotgun, fakes, runs away from Heath, scrambles back, signals, throws it into the wind, and it's a jump ball. And caught by Fink at the 25-20, 15-10-5. Near sideline, near pylon, touchdown. Hang 6. Wowie zowie. That would be a 68-yard scoring strike. Catch and strike. It was a jump ball, as we said, into the wind, but Fink was there and had his back to the end zone, caught it, peeled off the coverage, and then ran it in from there for the 68-yard scoring strike. His second touchdown catch of the night, and boy, that was a thing of beauty. Cowboys up now 27-6. Wow.
Sure was, Jimmy.
As Adam centers out of the hold of Deion Foster, and he kicks it through and true. So Cowboys up their lead now 28-6 over the Lewisville Fightin' Farmers. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
While you want your child to be healthy and to enjoy participating in sports, you may also have concerns about their abilities and possible injuries. This is where Velocity Sports Performance can help. Whether your child wants to be the star of the team or just wants a little more playing time, Velocity Sports Performance can help your young athletes reach their goals. Visit their Coppell location at 801 Hammond Street near Bethel Road and Freeport Parkway, or visit them online at velocitysp.com. Become a better athlete today at Velocity Sports Performance.
Skylar Bonneau's third touchdown toss of the night, and it was a gigano 68-yard catch. The last 25 yards, a nice run by Josh Fink. He has 2 touchdowns now tonight, 4 on the season. So Mahon has caught a 9-yarder. Daniel ran it in from 10 yards out in the first quarter. Bonneau to Fink on a 36-yarder. And now the 68-yard bomb, and it's 28-6, 3:37 to play. Into the wind goes Centers. And Dior Taylor came out to the 20 after taking it to 1. Looks like he ran into a stone wall.
Yeah, Drew McAdams down there to pound him. That was a stone wall. And Jimmy, these drives for Coppell, we talked about lightning strike, 3, 3, 2, and now a 1 play, 68-yard TD bomb on that Hail Mary that touched a number of hands, maybe a half a dozen hands on that.
Now the flags to our right out of our booth, we're at the 40-yard line, are blowing toward us coming from the south, but the flagpole is limp.
Yeah.
But he had to throw that into some wind. So McDougal out of the I formation, hands left, a gain of a couple. Line of scrimmage was the 16. It was McGee. They have a couple of McGees. That one was Carl. And they have Dante. So Carl takes it for 2. It's second and 8 as we're down to 3:10 here in the first half. Cowboys with the big lead of 28-6. Skylar Bonneau, 3 touchdown passes, 2 of those to Mr. Josh Fink. Ball near hash, 2 tights with a slot right and the receiver way out to the right, off eye, and he does that fake, and he does the demonstrative move, and he completes to the 28, out to the 38-yard line, and it is complete for a first down and a pickup of 20. And Mauricio Acosta, the tight end, he's got good size as he showed good movement on that. He gets a first down.
He does. And Jimmy, we should probably mention that, the Lewisville, the Coppell touchdown, the 68-yard, was pretty good pass defense by Lewisville. They were very unfortunate. It was a great concentration by Fink.
So 2.5 to play. First half, Cowboys leading at 28-6. Ball far hash, their own 36 for the Farmers. I backfield, McDougal under center. Fakes, play action, throws, wants the money, and he overshoots at the 33-yard line. Dior Taylor. And just a little too much. I don't know if the wind caught a hold of that one, but he had him beat too. He ran a pretty good route, and coming back on defense, I wish they had numbers on their shoulders. Was that Bryce Vons or Mullen?
I believe so. And Dior Trailer there,
right.
He was pumping his fist. He was a little bit agitated that the throw went just a bit long. He had his man beat.
So second 10 from 36 in the far hash. Here's a fumble. That was McGee. Carl by first name. Flag comes down. Cowboys' Bo Anderson picked it up. See what referee Roy Gaskell has to say. He's going to pick up his flag too. No flag, so.
I think it was his spot marker there.
He threw his flag?
No, I think it was his spot marker,
It looks yellow.
Yeah, it was white.
Yeah, he has white. He has the bag, like a rosin bag. Usually they throw black things down. But that was white. Freaked me out. And I'm not colorblind. So Cowboys with the turnover. Bo Anderson, 1st and 10, ball center of the field at the Lewisville 35, trying to add to that 28-6 lead here in their final regular season game. Cowboys 7-1 regular season, 4-0 district play. They'll be number 1, top seed in Division 1. But no, roll left, wanted to throw, pulls it in, and Bulls down close to a first down. Boy, he just lunged, got caught in a mess at the 29, but then he put his head down. They're going to mark him at the 28-yard line. So he's a couple short at 2nd down and 2.
Jimmy Coppell has had really good field positioning here, plus territory for the 3rd time. Lewisville 26, the 34, and now the 35 to start this drive.
So it's 2nd and 3 now, they call, as they backed it up to the 28. On the I formation, fake to McDaniel. Beno pulls it in. He has the first down, crosses the 25, 20. Does a shoulder juke and then a stiff arm and is run out at the far side at the 11-yard line. Scooted out of bounds by Kenny Phillips. First down. Coppell first down of this drive, the first one, sponsored by Plumbing's First Responders, Mr. Reuter DFW, on the web at mrreuterdfw.com. So they get it to the 12, 1st and 10 from the 12 at the far hash.
Kind of alarming to me, Jimmy. Each team has now had 7 possessions. You wouldn't think it would have gone like that, like they could have had that many, but some turnovers and some quick 3-and-outs by both. 3 touchdown passes from Beno. The I formation is a stack of receivers to the left. McDaniel, big hole, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up go the arms, hang 6. Touchdown, Cowboys, buck 18 here in the first half, and they make that 28-6 lead become 34-6 with the 12-yard run by Gavin McDaniel. He had a 10-yarder to after the second score, 2:11 in the first quarter. So Gavin McDaniel running like he usually does very well. Excellent runner for the Cowboys, and he gets his 10th touchdown of the season running, and the extra point is good by Adam Centers. 35-6, Cowboys up their lead, 1:18 to play. First half, you're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
Plans for just about everything. The weekend, vacation, going out to dinner. But have you created a plan for the rest of your life? Start your financial strategy today with AXA Advisors. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through AXA Advisors, LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA, SIPC.
This broadcast is under the direction and is copywritten by Champion Sports Radio. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of the audio stream, and any and all other use of the accounts of this broadcast without the direct written consent and permission of Champion Sports Radio is strictly prohibited. All rights are reserved by Champion Sports Radio and ChampionSportsRadio.com. This is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio, your home for championship broadcasts.
78 seconds left in the first half. Centers with a stiff win. He still boots it, 10? Halfway into the end zone. So it's not the traditional out of the end zone kick, but close enough. It's a touchback and comes out to 25 for the Lewisville Fighting Farmers, who are on the short end of a 35-6 stick with $1:18 left here in the first half, Barry Paul.
Listen to the length on some of these drives, Jimmy. A minute 21, a minute 19, 41, 7 seconds, and 47 seconds there.
One back to the left of McDougal. Ball center of the field to 25. Fakes a handoff. Matt spins, and second time tonight he goes down and lost yardage. He came in with 38 carries for a minus 51, and his first carry was no gain. That one loses. And he's brought down by
on the stop. Loss of 1 on the play.
Killian Bresnahan. So Villarreal in at quarterback. Adrian. I want to call him Adam, but his first name is Adrian, the junior. He spelled McDougal earlier tonight in this first half. Second 11 is they lost one in the last play. 2-step drop, and Villarreal, a stocky quarterback, brings it in, and down he goes. Bo Anderson was the second man, and the first man coming up off the top of him was Eric Wilhelm. He's having a good game tonight, too, is Eric Wilhelm from that linebacker position.
Yeah, John Arubin in on that tackle, too, there. About 2 or 3 guys just gang tackled Villarreal. He had no chance. They just blew right through that. They're doing this without Solomon Thomas, mind you.
In their 3-4 defense under the guidance of Mike DeWitt. Front 7 averages 225.7, and front 3 with Solomon Thomas 248.3. That's the gun. That's the end of the first half. Our Velocity Sports Performance halftime show is underway. Cowboys leading at 35-6. We'll be back, get you caught up on the recap of the first half, get you caught up on the stats, scoreboard, and listen to both bands. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
Looking for the perfect place to catch dinner before a Coppell home game? Then head over and check out the best mouth-watering, lip-smacking, finger-licking, great-tasting barbecue there is at Dickey's Barbecue Pit. Whether it's takeout, catering, or dining in, Dickey's Barbecue Pit will deliver some of the best barbecue you've ever had, and be sure to round up the whole family and stop by on Sundays when kids eat free. Dickey's Barbecue Pit is located at 801 South Denton Tap Road, just north of Beltline. Dickey's Barbecue Pit, slow smoked and served fast since 1941.
Did you know you could save on your auto insurance by switching to Liberty Mutual? Plus, you'll get 24/7 claims assistance, convenient payment options, and personal service right when you need it most. Contact Josh Workman, 972-317-9630, extension 58782 for a free, no-obligations quote. Go Cowboys!
Daddy? Daddy!
Yes, sweetheart?
What's a router?
It's a tool Daddy uses for plumbing emergencies.
Why?
People get clogged drains, and when that happens, you can't take a shower, you can't do the dishes, you can't do anything.
Mommy would like that. Hey, why do they call you Mr. Rooter?
Because I get to run the company.
Why?
Because Mommy says so. Now, I have to get back to work.
Someone has a plugged up drain.
For some high school seniors, achieving excellence goes beyond top grades, and AXA wants your help in recognizing them. Up to 12 DFW area students will receive a $2,000 AXA Achievement Community Scholarship, and one senior in Texas will receive a scholarship worth up to $25,000. Do you know a local high school senior who has excelled at a job, sport, community project, or other extracurricular activity? They may be eligible for an AXA Achievement Community Scholarship. For more details, contact Thomas Lee at AXA Advisors, 972-455-9114.
Welcome back to Max Goldsmith Stadium at halftime. Along with Jimmy the St. Christopher, I'm Barry Probst. Our halftime score is Coppell running all over the Lewisville Fighting Farmers, 35-6. We'll get you caught up with some scores around the area in a moment and entertainment from the Lariats. You're listening to Champion Sports Radio.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
It's the Velocity Sports Performance halftime show. The Lariats, beautiful as they are and in sync as they are, boy, they train hard. My wife is a dancer and an actress, so we're big fans of the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader show that they've done now for 8 years. It runs on CMT, and boy, you know a lot of the work that goes into that. So Lariats just going off the field after their wonderful performance. And here comes the wonderful Coppell band dressed in all white, as they usually are, with the 3 band leaders in black. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of show they have for us tonight. They had the Halloween show a couple weeks ago, so there's the ladies dressed in the Halloween-type orange outfits. We'll catch up with them here in a little bit. Let's do a recap of the first half scoring of the Velocity Sports Performance Halftime Show. Started at 5:05 in the first quarter, a 36-yard Skylar Bonneau to Josh Fink touchdown pass. It was Bonneau's 10th TD toss of the season, and the third caught by Josh Fink. That was a 3-play drive. Extra point was good. And then another 3-play drive, a 10-yard run by Gavin McDaniel. His 9th score came at 2:11 left in the first frame. In the second period, it was a Kobe Mahon catch, his 3rd touchdown catch of the year. 11th thrown by Bonneau, his 2nd tonight of 9 yards. That was at 5:21 in the second quarter, making 21-0. Lewisville got on the board for their first and only score of the night so far. McDougal hit Creal at 4:03. They went for 2 in the swinging gate play, and it failed. So then back came the Cowboys with 3:37 left in the half. They had a 68-yard beautiful scoring pass from Skylar Bonneau, his 12th of the season and his 3rd tonight, to Josh Fink, who's caught 2 tonight and 4 in the season. It was a beautiful catch at the 25, and it looked like a jump ball, basically, a Hail Mary into the wind, and Fink caught it with his back to the end zone, turned around amongst good coverage, and then took it into the near pylon for the score. And then Gavin McDaniel ran it in from 12 yards out, his 2nd TD tonight, 10th on the season. Buck 18 left in the first quarter. All the extra points were good by Adam Centers, and that's where we are now at the half, 35-6. We interviewed Greg Miller, the Lewisville Fighting Farmers head coach. At the beginning of the game, didn't have time to air that. We're going to air that again. That's on the way. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
Safer, more secure lives. For all your auto, home, life insurance needs, plus personal customer service right when you need it most, call Agent Josh Workman at 972-317-9630, extension 58782. Responsibility. What's your policy? Go Cowboys.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Welcome back to the Dickey's Barbecue pregame show with Lewisville head coach Greg Miller. Coach, did you see a lot of improvements in the game with Hebron last week, although you lost? How much improvement did you see from the week before?
We saw some good improvement. We threw the ball pretty well, and we had a lot of injuries going into that game. We had about 9 kids out. We had some kids that were, it wasn't necessarily that 9 starters got hurt, but we had backups get hurt in practice and such, and we ended up losing 9. And so we went in kind of limping, and the kids played hard, but we moved the ball well and we scored some points, and that's something we've struggled with all year, and so that's kind of a shot in the arm. So that's the improvement, probably the best improvement I saw last week.
You still have 9 guys out tonight?
No, we got several of them back. We got 7. They're not 100%. We've still, our starting outside backer is out, and we've lost a tight end and some other things, and just, we kind of fell apart there. When we played Denton Ryan, we had a lot of kids get hurt, and it wasn't that they were hurt bad. It was just, it was a 2-week deal, and you get to this point in the year in the position we're in, 2-week deals a season, So we've got to win to get in, and as far as our district goes, this is the biggest mountain to climb, and we'll get after it and see what we can do. And that's why they call it upsets and wake-up calls. So we're going to go out and play. We're going to play to win.
Was that win over Arlington earlier in the season, was that the most complete game you guys have played this year?
I don't know that it's the most complete game. We were struggling at the end. I mean, we had to score in the end to win it. And Irving win too. We've put together some really good games this year, and I'm really proud of our efforts and the things that they're doing, and they're building for the future. This is going to be a long-term situation here, and they've done a good job with it. The kids have.
How has quarterback Matt McDougall run the offense?
He runs it good. He's highly intelligent. He's like number 10 in his class. He does a great job. The kids rally around him, and the guy that our junior Adrian Villarreal behind him, the kids rallied behind him, and they're two different kids. One's a pure passing guy and kind of a commander of the offense, and the other one's kind of a spark and a runner. And so it depends on which one of them's in, what kind of offense we can run, and what we can take advantage of or not take advantage of. And so it's kind of exciting. But Matt does a great job, and he's done a good job for us all year and last year too. He's an all-district kid last year, and he's a high quality. He's a precision guy. He does a good job.
With Greg Miller, the Lewisville Fighting Farmers head coach on the Dickey's Barbecue pregame show, who heads up the defense? And Lewisville has always had a solid defense, and Coach McBride was saying you're pretty much a defensive guy, but who's your stud on the defensive side of the ball?
Probably right now I'd have to say with Joe Head, our inside backer captain, number 44. He's been real solid for us. And then our secondary, they're a bunch of little bitty guys. I mean, we lost one of our corners this week. He's 5 foot 1 inch. He's played every game for us. He's probably leads the team in interceptions and not broken up passes, and everybody challenges him, and he really is the heart and spirit of that secondary group. They're all small, but they will get after it. And they're really, really fun to watch and just a joy to coach. And it's that our secondary probably is the heart of our defense as well. And we got some guys up front that are really getting after it. Our D-line has come so far. There's a bunch of them. They're all good as far as, picking up the scheme and fighting. They just don't have any surrender in them, and that's what I love about them.
Coppell has that three-headed running attack and a pretty good quarterback in Skylar Bonneau. How do you go about attacking them on offense?
We've got, defensively, we just got to be gap sound. With those big old kids they've got up front, and we got some little fellas on our side, and we just got to be gap sound and give ourselves a chance to get them on the ground. That's all we ask them to do, and recognize what they're doing to you. And then you already understand, you already know how to defeat it, go fit, and help your buddy out, and get them on the ground. That's the main thing we got to do tonight, is not let them break tackles and get the big play on us.
And your kicker, can you pronounce his name? I think I have it right, but what's your kicker's name?
I can't pronounce it, but we call him Tulong Mung. I can't give you the actual. I'm not equipped to do that. I've tried. It's kind of the running funny thing around here, and I don't even try anymore. It's too long.
Okay. I was a Vietnam veteran, so I spent some time in Southeast Asia. It looks like it's Luang Mung, but Tulong Mung.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Right.
All right. And he has an attitude. Is that kind of permeated amongst the team? His never say die and keep moving forward positive attitude?
That kid is a Christian refugee, and he was they were persecuted and they ran. He's lived in not concentration camps. I'm sorry. He's lived in the refugee camps all over Asia, and they got moved over here when he was younger. And I've never seen him not happy. I mean, he's missed some and he's made some, and he's just a great kid. He's a really good spirit for our football team.
Coach, good luck with that upset tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Greg Miller, the Lewisville Fighting Farmers on the Dickey's Barbecue pregame show. Coppell Cowboys football continues on Champion Sports Radio after this timeout.
Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShopboxDFW.com today. ShopboxDFW.com. Never do today what you can put off until tomorrow, right? Now, that's not exactly the saying, but it seems like people would rather do anything other than doing something about their finances. That's why there's AXA Advisors. We work one-on-one with you to create a financial strategy for the things you need tomorrow. Start your financial strategy today with AXA Advisors. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through AXA Advisors, LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA SIPC.
It's the Velocity Sports Performance Halftime Show. Coppell Cowboys leading the Lewisville Fighting Farmers 35-6. As we had the Coppell Larriettes and the Coppell Band. Now we're enjoying the burgundy clad, although some of the gals, their answers to the Larriettes, and I don't know what they call their dance group, but they're good. There's some nice glittery burgundy uniforms and those white uniforms too, as we play on the second night of November. A crisp, windy, chilly. It was cloudy earlier tonight's night here in Lewisville, Texas, as we're wrapping up the regular season. Cowboys 4-0 in District 5-5A play. They'll be the top seed in Division 1, the playoffs, which begin next week. Coach McBride said in the pregame interview it'll probably be Irving or Nimitz. He'll find out this weekend. They're 7-1 overall. Now, Lewisville will have to win tonight. They're trailing at the half, 35-6, and they need just a whole ton of help.
Yeah, they need miracles. And, it was interesting. We were just listening to Coach Greg Miller during the halftime break. He says, not give up the big play. And I'm paraphrasing there. Actually, no, that was him exactly, like being dropped in. He said can't give up the big play. And they gave up the big play 2 or 3 times.
Yes.
And then not only did they give up the big play, but Coppell was having the fortune of starting down deep in Lewisville territory, in like the third side of the field, or third of the field in plus territory at the 34, at the 35. Coppell's worst field position tonight, Jimmy, at their own 38 or at their own 32. It's been pretty much, maybe the first drive was the exception. They may have started a little bit further back, and they went 3 and out, and the Lewisville D was tightened up, and they looked like they were getting after it. And they were stuffing Coppell between the tackles and out on the edge early. And after that, conversely to Greg Miller's hopes and strategy, they started giving up the big play.
Yep. Yeah, it was an interesting, and then Too Long Mung. The nickname for the kicker. Let's call him Too Long because his first name is too difficult to pronounce. Velocity Sports Performance Halftime Show with Coppell leading 35-6. Coppell Cowboys on Champion Sports Radio, broadcast of this Coppell Independent School District. Game is sponsored by Josh Workman with Liberty Mutual Insurance for all your auto, home, and life insurance needs, plus personal customer service right when you need it most. Call Josh Workman at 972-317-9630, extension 58782. Responsibility, what's your policy? Frost Bank, they deliver banking services consistently, Texas style, located at the corner of Denton Tap and Sandy Lake in Coppell. J. Macklin's Grill, chef-inspired reservations now required on the web at jmacklinsgrill.com. And Amia's, find out why this Coppell Mexican restaurant and caterer is considered tops in the Dallas dining scene at anamias.com. Floss Dental, a new experience in dentistry. Find out more at flossdental.com. And by Plumbing's First Responders, Mr. Reuter DFW on the web at mrreuterdfw.com. Coppell Cowboys football presentation of Champion Sports Radio on Twitter at Champion Sports, Facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and online at championsportsradio.com.
And Jimmy Chalong Mung from refugee camp,
That's
not a concentration camp.
Right. Coach Miller caught himself on it. Yeah, I would hope not. I hope he wouldn't be going from trying to get out of wherever he was in Southeast Asia to a concentration camp.
And you said that Coppell winning, they might be facing Irving or Irving Nimitz. And right now, Irving High leads Irving MacArthur right before halftime, 26-13. So could see the Cardinals coming off a big win over, or could see Irving High coming off a big win today over Irving MacArthur if that holds up. I saw the Irving High cheerleaders this morning at our pep rally at a company pep rally. Yeah, they're in good spirits and had to leave to adjourn to their own pep rally.
Now, in the past, they've opened the first week of the playoffs at what was Cowboy Stadium, which is now AT&T Stadium in Arlington. But I don't know. The Cowboys have a bye next weekend, so I don't know if there are games scheduled for that first round. I know all the title games from Single A to 5A at championship weekend in December will all be at AT&T Stadium. But I don't know about this weekend. Any chatter on that?
This weekend, not sure. Next weekend, Baylor and Texas Tech play at Jerry World Saturday. So
there won't be any games next
There
Saturday.
wouldn't be Saturday. There likely would not be any there Saturday. There's probably some on Thursday and some on Friday. And what those are going to be and who they're going to feature is anybody's guess at this point.
Want to grab a break here? Oh, I'm sorry. You're
I was going to say we do have some scores to pass along to you.
Okay, good.
Some of these are applicable and relevant to the Chase and area around here. In 4-5A, Keller's ahead of Richland in the second quarter, 17-14. South Lake Carroll destroying Haltom in the second quarter, 37-0. And Keller Fossil Ridge similarly blanking Keller Timber Creek, 41-0. That one in the second quarter as well. All of those in the second quarter, they haven't quite hit the. We told you Coppell's all over Lewisville, 35-6, and in other action in 5-5A, where it matters around here, and who. Well, Coppell is going to go to big school division no matter what. Hebron beat Marcus. That was last night, 35-14, and Denton Ryan. You know, this is another interesting thing. Coppell beats Denton Ryan 28-3. Coppell beats Flower Mound 45-3. But Denton Ryan is taking out the frustration tonight on the Jaguars, 42-0 in the second quarter. So the Jaguars having a kind of a collapse in the second half, and not sure of what all is blowing up on them, that it's not going so well.
And we do know Coppell will be the top seed in Division I, Hebron the top seed in Division II, Ryan is the runner-up, and then Lewisville, Flower Mound, and Flower Mound Marcus all have chances to be the runner-up in Division I. Flower Mound makes the playoffs only with a win over Ryan. As you said, they're getting crushed. And Marcus will make the playoffs with the Flower Mound loss, which looks like it's happening, at least so far at the half, and either a win over Hebron or a Lewisville loss to Coppell, which probably won't happen. And Lewisville advances only with a win, which probably won't happen. And both Flower Mound and Marcus losses. So,
yeah, exactly.
So what was the Marcus score again? Or do you have a
Marcus lost last night.
Oh, that's right.
To Hebron, 35-14. So Hebron is going to be the first place finisher of Division II, of the small school.
So Flower Mound's getting beat.
Yeah, Flower Mound is losing now 42-0 in the second quarter. And on at 6-5A, where this kind of matters, Colleyville Heritage is up on Hearst LD Bell, 35-10 in the second quarter. And Irving's lead over Irving MacArthur is still 26-13, but they have moved on to the third quarter of play. And at 7-5A, Duncanville and Mansfield Timberview knotted at 7 in the second quarter. Cedar Hill leads Midlothian 13-0 in the second quarter. In 9-5A, W.T. White losing big to Lake Highlands 35-6. The Wildcats have playoff hopes there alive. Jesuit whipping Richardson 35-14 in the second. Richardson Pierce blanking Sunset 49-0 in the second. And Richardson Bertner trailing Skyline respectably 20-6. That one in the second quarter. In the Plano district, 10-5A, you've got Plano East out in front of Plano West, 17-6 in the second. And Plano trails Allen. Another respectable score, Jimmy. It's only 21-13 Eagles, that one before halftime.
So with the Marcus loss and Flower Mound getting beat by 42 at the half, and if that holds, then Lewisville could come back and beat the Cowboys tonight. They'd be in the playoffs.
That is true. I mean, it would take some kind of miracle on this end, but the other work's done for them. You're right.
Yeah, if that happens, then
you have to cling upon hope, don't you?
Yeah. For fighting farmers, you would. They're down 35-6 at the halftime. As the Velocity Sports Performance halftime show will move along, we'll get caught up on some stats from him, Barry Probst. I'm Jimmy the St. Christopher. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
On all the latest news about the teams you care about, and know when your favorite games are on the air thanks to Champion Sports Radio social media. Either follow @Champion Sports on Twitter or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and you will know what time your game starts, who was named Player of the Week, or what your school's alumni are doing in college. That's on Twitter @Champion Sports and facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio. Your home for championship social media. Looking for the perfect place to catch dinner before a Coppell home game? Then head over and check out the best mouth-watering, lip-smacking, finger-licking, great tasting barbecue there is at Dickey's Barbecue Pit.
Whether it's takeout, catering, or dining in, Dickey's Barbecue Pit will deliver some of the best barbecue you've ever had, and be sure to round up the whole family and stop by on Sundays when kids eat free. Dickey's Barbecue Pit is located at 801 South Denton Tap Road, just north of Beltline. Dickey's Barbecue Pit, slow smoked and served fast since 1941.
If you're a basketball parent or coach, you need Statgeek, the simplest way to keep stats ever created. Our easy-to-use iPad app turns anyone into a professional statistician, and all they have to do is simply follow the ball. Produce full and accurate box scores and play-by-play reports. Send accurate stats out to your fans, media, or recruiters. It's sports statistic collection redefined. StatGeek is available right now in the iPad App Store for just $4.99, and there are team fundraising opportunities available as well. On the web at statgeek.com. StatGeek, keep your eye on the ball.
For all your auto, home, life insurance needs, plus personal customer service right when you need it most, call Agent Josh Workman at 972-317-9630, extension 58782. Since 1912, we here at Liberty Mutual have been helping people live safer, more secure lives. Insurance from a company as responsible as you are. Go Cowboys!
Daddy? Daddy!
Yes, sweetheart?
What's a router?
It's a tool Daddy uses for plumbing emergencies.
Why?
People get clogged drains, and when that happens, you can't shower, you can't do the dishes, you can't do anything.
Mommy would like that. Hey, why do they call you Mr. Rooter?
Because I get to run the company.
Why?
Because Mommy's so. That work.
Someone has a plugged up drain.
There's a time and a place for everything.
As you'll see, projections for the next quarter are...
He shoots, he scores! 2 points for team middle management. The office is not one of them.
Jack, can I see you in my office?
No pouting, it's your ball. Let's see what you got.
But Whirly Ball is. For corporate events, team building, and private parties, Whirly Ball in Hearst and Plano is electric fun. Test your skills on the arcade games. Zip around in your Whirly Bug for a Whirly Ball competition. Or play the most affordable laser tag in the city. Learn more at whirlyball.info.
Back at Max Goldsmith Stadium at halftime here in Lewisville, Texas. Barry Probst and Jimmy Christopher with you tonight. And as the Lewisville band commences to perform here at halftime with the Fighting Farmers on the short end, 35-6 of Coppell. We'll break down the numbers for you here at the break. It is amazingly closer than you'd think, which pretends to the fact that Coppell was getting scoring drives that were very, very short in number of plays and number of yards. Coppell had 5 touchdown scoring drives that were 3 plays or less. They had one go 3 plays for 26 yards, one go 2 plays for 34 yards, one go 4 plays for 62 yards, one go 1 play for 68 yards, and another go 2 plays for 35 yards. A 12-yard touchdown run right before the end of the half by Gavin McDaniel. And that gave Coppell the 5-6 lead. But looking at the numbers more closely in terms of total yardage and first downs and breaking it down that way, the first downs are rather even. Coppell with a slight lead in that category, 8-7 here at the break. In total yardage, Coppell leads Lewisville 226 to 113, or almost double. Coppell with 226 to 119, about a 100-yard edge. Not amount, but closer than normal for a team trailing by 29 points. In the rushing yard category, Coppell with 100, even on the night on 14 carries. Lewisville with 21 carries for 70 yards. Coppell averaging over 7 yards a rush, and Lewisville 3 1/3 a rush. Pass completion attempts. Lewisville as a team, 6 of 12 with 1 pick, and that's a combination of Adrian Villarreal as well as Matt McDougall splitting the time at signal calling duties, while for Coppell, Scott Arbonneau has completed 4 of 6, very efficient for 126 yards. One of those, a 68-yard touchdown pass to Josh Fink on a deflection. Coppell has actually had to punt it a couple of times tonight. Lewisville came out of the gate early tonight, playing really tight, tough D up in the trenches, and then just ultimately has given way. Fumbles lost, that's a big thing. Lewisville has put it on the turf 3 times and lost it once. And that has been wasted plays for them because they had some drives going that had some promise, and they ended up having to punt or they turned it over. In one case, only one penalty on the night for Lewisville. Coppell has been flagged 4 times for 40 yards. A pretty penalty-free game, but not necessarily a well-played game. One thing we didn't mention in there in the numbers is the blocked punt by Killian Bresnahan that also set up an easy scoring drive situation for Coppell. And conversely, Lewisville's Devin Tillis had a chance to block a punt, and we're still scratching our heads on how he missed it. We don't know how he did that, but nonetheless he did, and that's a missed opportunity for Lewisville as we get ready here to start half number 2, Jimmy Christopher. And they've got it teed up, ready to go to the Fighting Farmers.
They sure do. I got back just in the nick of time. Had to pour myself some water there. I got a water earlier. I think they had like 6 bottles of water, and I got one of them. They don't have any now. As they booted off, just too long one to Troy Parker, a yard deep in the end zone, kicking right to left, south end zone at their back. Parker spins away from Heat, a tackle at the 15, gets out to the 20. Now he cuts back, goes to the center of the field, crosses the 25 to the 28. A lot of running there on about a 20, let's call it maybe 27-yard return to start the second half.
89 yards of running on a net 27-yard return. A lot of field reversing by Troy Parker on the return.
So how many total yards did those Cowboys have there?
226 to 119 for Lewisville. So not a huge edge right now.
Cowboys with the 35-6 lead, just underway here in the second half. They're going left to right in their gray tops, red bottoms with the white and black piping up the sides and the black hats. Cowboys with a 4-0 record, 7-1 overall, and this the regular season finale. And Skylar Bonneau in there at quarterback, 3 touchdown passes tonight, 2 of those to Josh Fink. Gavin McDaniel has 2 running scores. First and 10 from the 29 near hash. Charles West, quick feet, left side, cuts back in at the 35, a la Troy Parker in that return, much shorter though than the return, and he gets to the 36-yard line, picks up 7, will make it second down and 3.
Jimmy, I might be imagining it, but I swore that Charles West had a lot of room to just take it to the outside.
Yeah, he cut back in toward the center of the field. You're right.
Must have had some blocked peripheral vision there for a minute, because you would think he'd just keep heading to the outside. He had nothing but green out there in front of him.
Lewisville runs a 3-4 defense under the direction of Chad Hogue. Across the front, it's Moma, Hartsburg, and Tillis. So second 3 far hash at 36 under center is Skylar Bonneau. Quick opening handoff. West gets the first down out to the 46-yard line. He picks up 6. First Coppell first down of the drive. Sponsored by Plumbing's First Responders, Mr. Reuter DFW, on the web at mrreuterdfw.com. So Charles West, who had a limited action there in that first half, is 2 carries, and he picks up a first down. As they split to the near side, it'll be Dion Foster. One receiver to the far side. Ball at the far hash at the 46 in Coppell territory. 10.5 to play in the third. They're up 35-6. Back splitting, Skylar Bonneau. He hands off to Gavin McDaniel. Boy, he was in the arms, I believe it was William Houston, the defensive lineman. He just spun away from him, then surged forward, got past the original line of scrimmage. Don't think he got anything, he didn't, but it's almost a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, and Jimmy, you talked about limits West for 9 yards at the half, and we have not even seen or called the name of Brandon Rice tonight.
Maybe we'll hear in the second half as we wear on into the evening. 35-6 Cowboys with the lead. I formation. Bonneau with the slot left, receiver left, toss pitch to Charles West. They're riding the West horse. He goes to the left side, gets out to the 49, gains 6, and he is floored by Cameron Alanis, the junior linebacker. Good crowd on hand. Coppell band in white on the far side with the Coppell faithful, and pretty good crowd on the home side here at Max Goldsmith Stadium. And it's a 3rd and 7 situation for the Cowboys. They'll have Fink to the near side, and the slot on the near side receiver is Deion Foster. Backs split on a 3rd down and 7. Miles Pascal in a quarterback. Pascal straightens up. He throws near side, complete to McDaniel. McDaniel into Farmers territory, evades one surge and gets to the 46. He picks up 7. And the first guy up off the bottom is Kenny Phillips. And he also had help from Isaiah Robinson, the 2 secondary guys.
Okay, Jimmy, I think I've got it. He did not get the first down. I'm going to say he did not get the first down.
You're right. He missed by 2 yards. It's 4th and 2. And they're going to hustle Adam Centers on now. Where are they?
I think they're going to go, Jimmy.
Yeah.
And
Fink is out here to the left, near right side. Yep, there's Seth Margolis, the center, over the ball. Miles Pascal began the second quarter under center. I formation. And a toss pitch left to Charles West. Charles West is almost a horse tackle collar made by Kevin Moma, the defensive lineman. But they get the first down as the drive continues.
Yeah, it was a very head-high tackle, or nearly head-high, shoulder-high tackle, and a violent pull-down. You know, Jimmy, I don't know. Coach Joe McBride obviously did not mention it during the pregame interview, but could he be saving some of these guys for next week?
You know, I almost asked him that.
He would.
I kind of asked him that. I asked if they were, focused with, having the Division 1 spot lined up as they hand off straight up the middle to Parker Wilson, and he gets a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 6 after the gain of 4. But yeah, I kind of touched on that, and he kind of says, well, he kind of not a tap dance answer. But I didn't ask him that directly. But
well,
he says they're playing hard all the time.
Yeah, and go ahead and do this play. I've got a question for you after that.
At the 39th, the far hash, West with the handoff. Jukes right, goes left, gets a first down, and knockdown at the 32. He picks up 7, and that'll be enough to move the chains. And first farmer to get to him was Joe Head. He's been making some tackles tonight, the senior linebacker.
It's for Coppell this year, Jimmy. It's a 9-game season. Well, it's going to be because the Garland game got washed out. But what do they have to gain by winning this? I mean, they've got the same spot sewed up no matter what, and they've got a big lead. So might he want to rest some of these guys and not take injury chances?
And maybe that's why Solly Thomas.
Yeah, that's my Brandon Rice, Solomon Thomas,
Yep.
and Beno out early.
Yep, here's Pascal's handoff to West. He plows, and he gets help from his offensive line. He got the push from behind. That was Bill Weber. Dad is Todd, the president of the Booster Club. His mom is Pam, and he has Uncle Robin. He had the game-winning touchdown grab in the '73 title game. Bill Weber's Uncle Robin.
Wow.
He's big into ping pong. So 1st and 10 at the Farmer, 29 for the Cowboys. They lead at 35-6, 6 to play here in the third quarter. 2 wides near side, I formation. Miles Pascal under center. He play action fakes to West. Throws a little quick pass to Parker Wilson at the 30. Breaks a tackle at 25 and is elbowed out of bounds at the 14-yard line. And doing the elbowing was Courtney Bradley.
Well, I guess
corner, but there's a flag down.
Yeah, and I guess they're going to call Blake Mayon for a block in the back or illegally, but it looked like a good sideswipe block, right kind of in the shoulder area. Not you're trained. If you see his numbers in the back, don't hit him, and it looked like he might have gotten him right here, but it's not how the officials saw it.
Referee is Roy Gaskell. Head linesman Chris Jenkins threw that flag. Line judge Mac Tiggs. Umpires Chuck LaCroix, and the back judge Jeff Wasserman. So it's 1st and 15. They back him up to the Farmers 34. Ball almost right in front of us at the 34. Seth Margolis, the Cowboys center, over center. Pascal in a shotgun, back splits. on each side, gives it to Gavin McDaniels on the left side. He goes left, and he gets dropped at the 34-yard line. Joe Head, who's fired up, gets him, and he loses one. It'll be 2nd down and 16.
See big Bill Weber and Roger Moe still in there, the starting lineman, but I would think probably at the end of the quarter they might start getting some other guys some work in there. It's good to see that they could get Miles Pascal in there and get him some work, and he's looking pretty good in relief here.
So it's 2nd and 16 from the 35. Clock under 5 to play. 35-6 Cowboys lead. Pascal with a delayed handoff. It's not like he didn't want to give it to McDaniel. And he said, give me that ball. I'm going around the right side. He did to the 24. And he is dropped by Luis Bubon. And just got past the original line of scrimmage. They'll mark him at the 26. It'll be 3rd and 6.
Jimmy, all those quick drives Coppell had in the first half, this one's gone an eternity. It's closing in on 8 minutes. They started at their own 29. It has gone 45 yards and encompassed 10 plays.
And the left side for the Cowboys, Moe still in there, as you said. So they have the starting front 5, the O-line still in there. McDaniel with the handoff left. McDaniel crosses, spins at the 18. He needed the 19 for the first down. He gets it as he's slammed down, and he goes forward with the first down. So the drive continues. Under 4 to play now in the third quarter. Cowboys with the big 35-6 lead over Lewisville.
McDaniel, the centerpiece, obviously, of the rushing attack, and tonight he's got now 8 carries for 56 yards, but West also up to 46 yards on 8 carries tonight.
And they have it at the far hash at the 16. It's an I formation. McDaniel split right. He starts in motion toward the line. There's a head fake handoff by Pascal, and he completes it to the near side. And Parker Wilson at the 10 is cut down from behind, and it was a nice tackle made by Cameron Alanis as Parker gets the 1st and goal, though, at the 5 as he picks up 11. This is like he just shoved him from behind and knocked him out right at the 10, out of bounds there. So it's 1st and goal at the 5, 3:23 to play as the clock stopped here in the third quarter. Cowboys trying to add a 35-6 lead over the Fighting Farmers. I formation, West, the up man, Parker, the down man, Pascal under center, long snap, man in motion. Here's a handoff to West. West head down, spins, dives. Does he get in?
Yeah.
Yes, he does. Hangs 6 for the Cowboys. 3:17 in the third quarter. Charles West with that burst of speed, Barry, and he just spun. He's like a human missile. He just dove at the 1-yard line after he broke a tackle and just broke the plane of the goal line and put the landing gear down for a score.
And sometimes as a player at any level, junior high, high school, whatever, you think, why aren't we doing this crab walking drill? Well, he was doing it there to the goal line. He kept his balance doing that crab walking, and as the extra point sails through, Jimmy, that one a 12-play, 71-yard drive. It took nearly 9 minutes.
And Charles West, who 3 carries, 19 yards first half, and they're riding the West horse here in the second half. He gets his 8th touchdown of the season, the 5-yard run. 42-6, new score, Cowboys over the Farmers. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
At Frost, we could talk to you about our 24/7 online banking. Or we could talk to you about our more than 1,100 ATMs across Texas. We can even talk to you about our mobile banking app that lets you pay bills, transfer funds, and deposit checks from anywhere. But at the end of the day, there's nothing we enjoy more than to just talk to you.
Thank you for calling Frost. How may I help you?
We're here with the technology and convenience you want and the service you deserve. Frost. Banking, investments, insurance.
Back at Max Goldsmith Stadium, 3:16 left in the third quarter clock. Cowboys with the 42-6 lead. Now as Adams centers, boots into the wind, end over end kick, gets knocked down at the 4-yard line, and it's taken there by Robinson, and he comes out, Trinity Benson, the junior wideout kick returner. And Robinson is the other guy who returns kicks. He returns punts. Dior Taylor is the other kick returner. And Benson gets out to the 21, so that's where Lewisville will put it in play, trailing 42-6. There's 9 ticks over 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. As McDougal has been spelled on occasion tonight by Adrian Villarreal. McDougal under center, I formation, split receiver to the right, one to the left in the near hash. He does the naked bootleg, throws out to the left side, and a diving attempt made on the far side, and it goes through the arms out of bounds of Cameron Creel. And good. That would have been a fantastic catch as it just fell incomplete there.
And Von Zermeulen on the defense tonight. He's been really solid in pass defense tonight, Jimmy.
Yep. He's still in there, as is Troy Parker. I see him out there. Chris Adkins is still in there. So it looks like they're running the defense, although Solomon Thomas, we haven't seen them all night. They have 3 guys down in the 2nd and 10 from the 21. Toss pitch left, and Bueller, Metric by first name, gains a couple. And around the play for the Cowboys, Eric Wilhelm, and also helping out is Tyler Hopkins. The gain of 2, it's 3rd and 8 for the Fighting Farmers.
Yeah, John Rubin over there helping them gobble him up too. I mean, they nowhere to go back there. They're on the left side of the line.
Rubin with that big body in the right place, one of the captains for Coach McBride. 3rd and 8, ball at the near hash at the 23. 2 wides right, one to the near side. Fake handoff and throwing over the bull. Oh, a miraculous catch. Climbing the ladder was Trinity Benson. He gets a first down at the 39-yard line, a gain of 16. Boy, and good coverage by Elliot Tostro.
Yeah, Tyler Hopkins there right on him, too. Yeah. I mean, both of them were in. I thought this is good pass defense. That's a great catch made by that kid there, Trinity Benson, for the junior for Lewisville.
It was, as they hit the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. And Benson will go split to the far side. They have a receiver out there closer to the line, I formation. There's a delayed handoff. And Bueller again into the stack, and Bueller maybe 1 to the 40. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
And I have a feeling that Lewisville still feels some confidence. They're down by a ton, but they're probably thinking we can't really be down 42-6 because it doesn't feel like it, and they haven't played that poorly. They have had a few mistakes that have been killers for them tonight.
Creal will go to the right with Spinney, and the flag comes down from referee Roy Gaskell. That's an illegal substitution because the arm across the chest. That's going to back up the Fighting Farmers. Yeah, they've been holding true to their Fighting first part of their nickname tonight.
Yeah.
Although they're down 42-6.
And only their 2nd penalty of the night. Their mistakes have been like a block punt, a fumble, and things like that, and then almost a pick 6. They threw it right to the Parker, the cornerback, who took it back a ton. And, Coppell has been so advantageous of things, giving themselves a short field at every turn tonight.
And they've done something that Flower Mound, Marcus, and Ryan haven't done the last 3 weeks, and that's score a touchdown. There's McDougal getting run out of the pocket. He'll go to the 36. That was the line of scrimmage, and he gets hog-tied and dropped by Jared Calvert. And he makes it 3rd and 13. Coming to a half minute here in the third quarter. Cowboys on the way to their 5th win in 5A play. They are the top seed in Division I. They'll go to 8-1 with a win tonight. The Garland game, of course, was lightninged and thundered and stormed and rained out. This might be the last play of the third quarter. There's a fake handoff. McDougal out of the shotgun. He throws a little slant and is intended to Travis Spinney. And I saw a lot of gray-shirted Cowboys around that play. Spinney was going, hey, threw it to me too soon.
Yeah, and it was Jared Calvert there who almost came up with that. I mean, it was like right in his hands. And it almost looked like Benson or the other intended receiver weren't looking back. They weren't ready for it.
Parker's back at his 25, 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Too Long Mung, a Southeastern Asian refugee, is back to punt. He stands at the 19, strides forward. It comes Heat, gets it away into the night with the wind at his back. Backs Parker back to the 19-yard line. He does a sidestep with his foot in the ground to the 25, then rolls out to the 28, and is hammered down to end the the third quarter. Gage Scott on special teams gets him.
And a flag came in there at the 26 as Parker reversed field. And, yes, they're going to get illegal use of hands on that block back.
Line Judge Mac Tiggs dropped that as he picks up his flag. So the quarter will end, and we'll switch sides with the Cowboys adding a touchdown. And they'll start at their 12-yard line after the penalty is marked off. Now they're going to move it up. Okay, Gaskell holds up the ball. We see it. Gives it to one of the other officials. Now he started at the 15. They're going to change now. So they'll start from their 12 when we come back to start the fourth quarter. They're ahead 42-6. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
Macklin's Grill, you'll perfect the art of unwinding in a space that's warm and welcoming, with food that's fun and satisfying. Whether you are inside enjoying the mellow ambiance or outside people watching from the patio, J. Macklin's Grill is sure to provide an unparalleled casual dining experience, which is why they were voted best in Coppell. Stop by J. Macklin's Grill after the game and listen to live music on the patio Friday and Saturday nights. J. Macklin's Grill, chef-inspired, reservations not required. On the web at jmacklinsgrill.com.
Back at Max Goldsmith Stadium, we have played 3 segments of 12-minute quarters as we head to the fourth quarter. Cowboys in charge, 42-6. They have been for the whole game. Skylar Bonneau relieved by Miles Pascal in the second half. He threw 3 touchdown passes in the first half. 2 of those are Josh Fink, and Gavin McDaniel ran into. So Cowboys with Pascal under center now from their 17. Hands off and into the stack off the right side goes James McCray. He's a defensive back, listed as defensive back. He had a bunch of carries last week at the end of the game, too, and had some pretty good runs.
Yeah, he did, and so we're not going to, I guess, see Brandon Rice tonight, which...
Guess not.
In my mind...
Or Solly Thomas.
Thinks that, makes me think that Joe McBride is reserving those guys for the playoffs next week, and there's 2 great things about that. One, those guys get a rest and a break.
Yep.
And B, 2, you get these other guys some experience, some reps out there in a real game in which the pressure's off. They got a comfortable lead.
Alex Janelle is in there on the left side of the line to Obialo, split left. Pascal drops. He looks right, throws, and a little too high on the far side as too much oomph. It was just, he tried to get it to Chibu Osuji, but he
very good.
Leaped high and went through the mitts. Incomplete.
Yeah, a little bit tall for Osuji, by the way, runs 6'3", so that's a really high pass if he can't go up and grab it, but, nonetheless, a good Pascal with a good, strong arm and flinging it out there, but you see the flags flying, and he's got some wind with him.
Pierce Kabinski, the 5'10", 165-pound senior wideout, is in now. He's split to the left side. Man running in motion to the tight end position is Nick Johnson. They toss pitch right to McCray. McCray, nice hole. McCray exploits it, gets a first down across the 30, and then gets slammed down from behind. Attack from behind at the 35. He gains 16. First Coppell first down of this drive, sponsored by Plumbing's First Responders, Mr. Reuter DFW. On the web at MrReuterDFW.com. They mark him at the 34, so he gets 15. But nice run by McCray. Boy, where do they get all these running backs?
Yeah, they just one after another come in waves.
So the Fighting Farmers trailing the Cowboys 42-6, 10:45 left fourth quarter. Pascal has a word with the down man in the I formation. They have a slot right, ball center of the field, quick handoff, and it was to that man that he just talked to, and going down in a heap was Omar Rosales, the fullback, and he gets zipped at 2nd and 10.
One of the few plays of negative yardage tonight for Coppell.
So 2nd and 11 as we near the 10-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Cowboys with the 42-6 lead over the Lewisville Fighting Farmers in this regular season finale. Ball at the far hash. They have the I formation again. Rosales, the down man, McCray, the up man. Miles Pascal under center now. It's kind of a long snap. Hand McCray, stiff arms, cross 35, 40, and 45 before he's decked at the 47-yard line. Spun over the top by Kashay Jackson, the senior defensive back. And a first down. Nice run.
That sure was. So, Lewisville does a good job holding them to a negative play for one play, and then a negative yardage for one play, and then can't come back and sustain the success for a second.
So Pascal under center again, same formation as last time. Ball at the 46 of Coppell, and flags, illegal procedure penalty comes from the far side as referee Roy Gaskell signals that. False start. They'll back him up 5. They'll come back to the 41 now, makes it 1st and 15. Our Jason's Deli postgame show is 9:27 game clock away.
And Jimmy, you mentioned 2 potential playoff opponents for Coppell next week. They would dodge Euless Trinity as they beat Carrollton R.L. Turner last night 49-14, and Nimitz is one that they could play. They beat Grapevine last night 44-29.
Slot right is Liam Kaiser, the tight end. Handoff McCray, big opener into Fighting Farmers territory, and he is wrestled down at the 37 after a gain of 22. A nice run. They move the chains, and McCray exploiting that right side of the line. Let's see if we can get the numbers of the offensive line. No, Janelle is in there at left tackle, and left guard is Jackson Goodspeed, the senior.
Margolis maybe.
Seth still in there at center. Let's see who breaks. Yeah, Margolis is still in at center. And I believe Weber.
Stone Ormond is now in.
Stone Ormond is in there. Is Bill Weber still at right? 10 from the 39. Pascal turns and hands off, and a gain of a couple going into the stack
so.
was
I
Omar
think
Rosales.
Cameron Malcolm is now in.
Okay, so the starting 5 line. They were in to start the third quarter, played most of the third quarter. Now, since it's almost halfway through the fourth quarter, Coach McBride with the big lead, getting some action for the second and third reserve players.
It's funny, Jimmy. Each team had about 8 possessions in the first half. Each has only had 2. Coppell's only in their second possession here.
Pascal under center, a second 9 toss pitch to McCray. He's got those long, quick strides. He just shoots through there, glides through there. It's like a gliding blur. If that's contradictory, I don't mean it to be, but that's what it looks like. He gets to 30,
right. No,
8
right.
yards, and shy of the first down, about a football tip, maybe a couple tips short of the first down.
Coppell with 20 plays here in the half that they've run, and they have milked the clock for over 12 minutes worth, basically a quarter's worth, and we've got about 2/3 of a quarter left to play in the game.
Yeah, it's moving right along, just a couple hours past the opening kickoff. And Pascal tosses to the left side now, and it's McCray, and he gets attacked from behind. A bunch of Burgundy fired up, and the Burgundy guy who got him was Kevin Moma. He's one of their studs across that defensive line, 6', 245 senior, as McCray works his way to the 27, gets a first down.
Senior Dalton in on that tackle, too. He had to come off that play after it was over, but he was fired up and in on the stop. Lewisville, with some players, with some talent, just not as much to combat Coppell with. Coppell clearly has a huge talent gap.
Austin Moore brought in the play from the far side. 1st and 10 from the 27. He is split, but they hand off to McCray, and he weaves his way through. He's stiff arming guys, and shredding guys off of them. And gets to the 20-yard line and is short of the first down. Nice gain though. It's 2nd and 3, gain of 7.
Yeah, I see Brandon Rice in pads with like a big hoodie, kind of pulled over the shoulder or under the shoulder pads. something, like something to keep him warm, but he's not going to play like
right. Okay.
And I see several
Described
guys
perfectly.
Yeah, I see several guys dressed like that ostensibly were not going to play tonight, and that's probably the reason for the playoffs.
So it's 2nd 3 from the 20 ball, center of the field. Pascal turns, hands off to Rosales, and he gets shot down by a number of burgundy-clad Fighting Farmers. Kerry Pearson was the first guy to get him, as they're substituting freely now, and also coming off the field, Henry Acosta, he was in on the tackle as well. So it's a 1st and 10 as we near the 6-minute mark. Cowboys lead at 42-6 over Lewisville.
And Jimmy, could Coppell have a short turnaround for next week? Could the game be on Thursday night at all?
It could be. They usually don't do that, but yeah, the playoffs start the 12th, 13th, and 14th. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And here's a toss pitch to McCray. Nobody touches him. He just shoots through the left side.
Like blurring glide.
He glides in a blur from 16 yards out at 5:44 to play here in the 4th quarter. And McCray with the 16-yard scoots makes it 48 for Coppell to 6 for Lewisville. As Adam Centers will attempt the extra points. Out of the hole to Dion Foster, and Chris Adkins snaps it back, and it is booted good. So 5:44 to play, 4th quarter. Cowboys lead at 48-6. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
Family huddled around the TV. Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
Back at Max Goldsmith Stadium, we just saw a nice start run by McCray. James first name is Centers. Adam first name boots it off with the wind at his back. It's another Adam Center special of 70-plus yards. Boot out of the end zone, come out to the 25 for Lewisville, who trails now 49-6.
Well, Jimmy, 7 possessions for Coppell in the first half, only 2 in this half. That has been by design. They had an 8-minute, 44-second possession, their first one of the half, and that one was 6 minutes and 14 seconds. Went 76 yards in 11 plays.
So Coppell on the way to their 5th 5-5A victory. They'll play either Nimitz or Irving, according to Coach McBride, next Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. They'll know this weekend. Here's new quarterback. His McDonald is spelled by Adrian Villarreal. He throws it a little screen to the right side. Boy, was he hammered.
He was
Jeffrey
by Nick
Arubi in there. His brother is a
tattooed him.
Lacrosse player up at Air Force. Used to play for halfback for Coach McBride. Good instincts. Boy, Nick Ruby knew instinctively to put the wood to him on that.
Textbook tackle, let me tell you.
That's great. Gain of 1, so it's 2nd and 9. Villarreal, a quarterback for the Farmers in their burgundy and white, their home uniform. 2nd and 9 from near half 36. And here's a end around again. They did the reverse, a real reverse, and not an end around, and going that end and coming back to this end, and maybe getting nothing was D or Taylor. He got to get back to the 36, and he's going to lose 25. I mean, he's going to lose back to the 25.
Yeah, back to the 20, not lose 25. Back to the 20. But, yeah, Trailer not able to, and he's coming off the field here now.
So the band's still making noise here. Cowboys band on the far side in white on their feet. Crowd has thinned out a little bit on both sides. The Cowboys have this in hand and have most of the game, 49-6. Villarreal rolls left, throws out to the left side. Stumbling after he makes the catch was Gary Reyes, the senior receiver, as Coach Greg Miller now substituting freely, fighting Farmers, and brings up a 4th and 10 as we work our way to the 4-minute mark. So we're talking off the air. Probably won't be any games. We'd know by now if there's games at Cowboy Stadium in the first week.
Yeah.
Right? Coppell Cowboys usually play at AT&T Stadium, but who knows this year? I don't know if it's available.
It would not be available on the Saturday. It might be available on the Friday, though.
A week from next week.
Yeah.
As too long, Wong boots it, and it's going to bounce at the 41 of the Cowboys as the Southeast Asian refugee camp with a great attitude gets another leg into it. Yeah, he looks fired up. Coach Miller was talking at the pregame show with us about that. The kid is just infectious. He has that positive attitude. And misses some, he kicks some. He's always smiling. He always has that positive, let's move forward with it attitude.
It was 59 degrees when we started, and it's still about 59, and the wind's still humming out of the south. But probably feels a little bit chillier on this Lewisville side, especially chillier because many of the fans who were blocking human shields have gotten up and left.
Yeah, they have. So the Cowboys with it, their own 41, far hash. Pascal toss, pitch McCray, breaks a tackle in negative yardage area at the 37, comes out to the outside and gets into a violent collision short of a first down at the 9-yard line. Slow to get up is
Boris Malumi was the carrier there rather than McCray. And
it
wow,
was?
Yes, and he dished out.
So they're running
Malumi
now.
Yeah, number 2, Boris Malumi. He dished out heavy punishment.
They had him crossed off the roster last
week.
They
did, but he has thrown on the jersey back on or got cleats back out of the locker because that was number 2, and he made several guys miss, and I thought, wow. He made, at first I thought some of these fighting Farmers, miss some tackles, but I had no idea the guy was going to just lower the shoulder like a fullback and plow over 2 guys. And
I'm trying to get the number of the guy who's down now. Is the training staff, Sheridan Melson, Melissa Tice, Kyle Fisher, are all out there, and they're surrounding the player at the 50. Still don't have his number
yet.
Looks like
17. If I saw it correctly, from
Christian Renteria.
If I saw it correctly, and I think I did, yes.
Yeah, he's being helped off by the 2 aforementioned trainers and putting no weight on his right leg. He's just hobbling on one leg with the help of the 2 trainers on each side.
It is unfortunate that he's hobbling, but to me it's good news that he got up because I thought he took a helmet hit.
Yeah, I thought it was the upper body, too.
Yeah.
It looks like it's a leg. Clock moving now, 3 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Cowboys on the way to their 8th win of the season, 5th and 5A play. Second and 2 from the 49, their own 49. Under center Miles Pascal. I formation. Down man is Morales, and the up man is Malume, and they give it to Rosales, and he fights to the 50. He'll be short of the first down. So Frey for Cowboys goes Nick Johnston at tight end. Pascal's going to go over and get a word from the far side.
Evenly distributed carries and yardage on the rushing attack tonight, Jimmy, amongst the Coppell running backs.
Shibu Osuji split to the left side. Pascal with the delayed handoff, and there's Malumi, and he looks like West. That's why I called him West before. He's got that long, not as tall as West, but he's got that gliding motion. He's 580 pounds, and West is 5'9", and I was trying to compare him to McCray, who's 5'11", so he's almost the size of McCray, but they have those quick legs, and they just shoot through the holes.
I'm not kidding. Can you believe there are 4 other backs in front of him?
I know. If he could start on, how many teams could he start on? Rice and McDaniel and
this
West.
This Lewisville one for sure.
Right, exactly.
And then countless others, Flower Mound and Flower Mound Market.
We're talking McRae and Malumi as they get the first down. First down of the drive, sponsored by Plumbing's First Responders, Mr. Rooter DFW on the web, MrRooter.com, as they work out of the I formation and a handoff to the left side. Fullback Omar Rosales, who's getting some work here in the late going, the fourth quarter. He picks up a couple. He picks up 3 at 2nd and 7 to the 38.
Now, in fairness to the other backs on the team, he may be running against second-teamers or some tired first-teamers here and there, but that is good, powerful running that young man is displaying. That's pretty impressive.
Jeff Rincon comes in. He'll be split to the left side. 2nd and 7. Ball at the near hash at the Fighting Farmers 39. There's a fumble as it was an bad exchange, and Pascal dove for it. I don't know if I think he got back on top of it. He did. He was off to the left. He just extended his frame as he dives on it and covers it up on the fumble. Miles Pascal, 6'2", 175-pound sophomore. He doesn't look too bad, and he'll be back for a couple more years.
Yeah. West and McDaniel each had 10 carries tonight. One of them went for 72 yards and the other for 64 or 62, I believe. And then James McRae, even getting into the game late, had 8 carries for over 50 yards. So a great job by those 3 backs tonight.
And Scott Bonneau's only a junior. He'll be back next year. 3rd and 5. It's a 2 tights. And what was that? I don't hear any whistles. He's just taking a knee with 6 seconds left.
Take it as long as he can and run out the play.
And they're coming after him, and they just touch it. He says, oh, it's getting too hot here. I got to go down. He does. Knee down, game over. Cowboys win it 49-6. They are now 8-1 overall. They end the regular season with that mark. They're 5-0 in Division 5 5A play. Final score: Cowboys 49-6 over Lewisville Fighting Farmers. We'll begin our Jason's Deli Real Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
The best for your child. While you want your child to be healthy and to enjoy participating in sports, you may also have concerns about their abilities and possible injuries. This is where Velocity Sports Performance can help. Whether your child wants to be the star of the team or just wants a little more playing time, Velocity Sports Performance can help your young athletes reach their goals. Visit their Coppell location at 801 Hammond Street near Bethel Road and Freeport Parkway, or visit them online at velocitysp.com. Become a better athlete today at Velocity Sports Performance.
For some high school seniors, achieving excellence goes beyond top grades, and AXA wants your help in recognizing them. Up to 12 DFW area students will receive a $2,000 AXA Achievement Community Scholarship, and one senior in Texas will receive a scholarship worth up to $25,000. Do you know a local high school senior who has excelled at a job, sport, community project, or other extracurricular activity? They may be eligible for an AXA Achievement Community Scholarship. For more details, contact Thomas Lee at AXA Advisors, 972-455-9114.
Are you studying on your own for the SAT or ACT? Follow My Test Answers on Twitter and Facebook for free solutions to official test questions. Got a question of your own? Send a message to My Test Answers and get a response for free. Got more than one question? Worry, we'll answer those too. With over a standard My Test Answers, get you the answers you want whenever you need it. My Test Answers, problems solved.
You know you save on your auto insurance by switching to Liberty Mutual? Plus, you'll get 24/7 claims assistance, convenient payment options, and personal service right when you need it most. Contact Josh Workman, 972-317-9630, extension 58782 for a free, no-obligations quote. Go Cowboys!
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Welcome back to our booth here at Max Goldsmith Stadium. Jimmy the St. Christopher on the after 9-6 victory over the Lewisville Fightin' Farmers. And got scores there that we want to look at the moment? Or?
Yeah, we'll give you some of that, and we'll give you just a quick glimpse, a big view of the numbers tonight from within of Boris Malumi and et al. Of the backs. You know, Malumi got into the game late, a couple of 3 carries, a punishing hit for the Lewis Farmers. But Omar Rosales ended up having 5 carries, 9 yards. Boris Malumi, a couple for 16. Bonneau, 3 for 23. But you had the main 3 guys tonight. Usually we say Brandon Rice, but James McRae spelled him tonight. 8 carries for 84 yards and a touchdown. Gavin McDaniel, whom we are tabbing as our player of the game, 10 carries for 72 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Charles West, 10 carries for 53 yards and a touchdown. So you had basically 3 backs score rushing touchdowns, and Josh Fink catch a couple tonight. And on defense even, we're naming Troy Parker our defensive player of the game.
Yep.
He had that big pick that set him up with great field position early. Even on special teams, Killian Bresnahan blocked the punt, ran it back far. A penalty negated the touchdown part of it. But, you know, again, they were in plus territory, and they just dominated the field. You know, they dominated the field position maybe more than anything in the first half. That led to short drives, easy scores. They built a big lead. Only get in the second half 3 possessions in the last running out the possession.
Absolutely, as that is the final score, 49-6. Coppell beats Lewisville. They're now 8-1. They end the regular season, and they'll wait to see who they'll play next week. Coach McBride said at the beginning of their Thursday. Tonight would be the 15th, so it's 14th, 15th, and 16th as far as when the first round of the playoffs start next week. We'll get you caught up on some more stats, and we'll read as the Cowboy night 49-6 over Lewisville. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champions.
Like every parent, you want the best for your child. While you want your child to be healthy and to enjoy participating in sports, you may also have concerns about their abilities and possible injuries. This is where Velocity Sports Performance can help. Whether your child wants to be the star of the team or just wants a little more playing time, Velocity Sports Performance can help your young athletes reach their goals. Visit their Coppell location at 801 Hammond Street near Bethel Road and Freeport Parkway, or visit them online at velocitysp.com. Become a better athlete today at Velocity Sports Performance.
For some high school seniors, achieving excellence goes beyond top grades, and AXA wants your help in recognizing them. Up to 12 DFW area students will receive a $2,000 AXA Achievement Community Scholarship, and one senior in Texas will receive a scholarship worth up to $25,000. Do you know a local high school senior who has excelled at a job, sport, community project, or other extracurricular activity? They may be eligible for an AXA Achievement Community Scholarship. For more details, contact Thomas Lee at AXA Advisors, 972-455-9114.
Looking for the perfect place to catch dinner before a Coppell home game? Then head over and check out the best mouth-watering, lip-smacking, finger-licking, great-tasting barbecue there is at Dickey's Barbecue Pit. Whether it's takeout, catering, or dining in, Dickey's Barbecue Pit will deliver some of the best barbecue you've ever had, and be sure to round up the whole family and stop by on Sundays when kids eat free. Dickey's Bar, located at 801 South Denton Tap Road, just north of Beltline. Dickey's Barbecue Pit, slow smoked and served fast since 1941.
Since 1912, Liberty Mutual has been helping people live safer, more secure lives. For all your auto, home, life insurance, right when you need it most, call Agent Josh Workman at 972-317-9630, extension 5878, responsibility.
Velocity Sports Performance Halftime Show was at halftime. This is a Jason's Deli postgame show with Jimmy Christopher and Barry Probst in the aftermath of the Cowboys' 49-6 victory over the Lewisville Fightin' Farmers. And how's about some scores, some stats, whatever you got there, Mr. Probst?
All right, Jimmy, in 5-5A, along with this one, Denton Ryan is clubbing Flower Mound 48-13 in the fourth quarter. And so, again, officially tonight, Lewisville, Flower Mound, and Flower Mound Marcus all eliminated from playoff contention. And in 4-5A, you've got Richland ahead of Keller, a competitive game in the fourth quarter, 30-23. A very non-competitive game features South Lake Carroll taking it to Haltom 58-7 in the fourth quarter, and Keller Fossil Ridge beating up neighbor Keller Timber Creek 48-13. That one also in the fourth. In 6-5A, Colleyville Heritage held big, 42-16 in the third quarter of play. And 6-5A is important because along with the games that were played last night in Euless Trinity with a big 49-14 win over R.L. Turner, Irving's a big 44-29 winner over Grapevine. You have Irving MacArthur falling to Irving High tonight, and Irving could be the opponent depending how the rest of things shake out. And right now, last week told you Irving had a 26-19 lead. They 18 late in the quarter. Irving on top of the MacArthur Cardinals. In 7-5A, you've got Duncanville with a slim 9-7 lead over Mansfield Timberview. They were tied at 7 before halftime, and Duncanville has etched to safety since that time. See out mid-low, 40-7. Lake Highlands big over W.T. White tonight. 35-6 as they head to the fourth. Jesuit beating Richardson 41-27 in the fourth. Richardson Pierce stomping Sunset 63-3 in the fourth. And Skyline now blowing out Richardson Berkner 40-13 in the fourth quarter. In 10-5A, Plano West leads Plano East 42-17 in the fourth. Allen has pulled away from Plano. That was tied at half, 21-13, but now it's 42-13. Eagles soaring over the Plano Wildcats in that one at John Clark Stadium in the fourth quarter of play. In 11-5A, Saxe stomping Garland Naaman Forest tonight 45-7, and Rowlett with a slim 34-26 lead over Lakeview Centennial in the third. In 12-5A, North Mesquite leads Mesquite Horn in a barn burner in the fourth quarter, going down to the wire 31-28. Stallions on top there. And Rockwall loses big tonight to Longview 41-7. And Jimmy, that's a kind of a swoop down in 5A area scores.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We done with stats, or are we going to do those? You want to take another break and do some
we'll
stats?
take a break, and we'll come back and hash out the rest of the team stats.
We'll do that. Thank you. You're listening on Champion Sports Radio.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that nearly 4 million brain injuries occur every year due to sports in the U.S. They also estimate that 70% of concussions go unreported. Not identifying concussions early can be devastating, especially if the athlete continues to play with symptoms. Catching hard hits fast is critical, and that's why you need the Shockbox Helmet Impact Sensor. The Shockbox is a small sensor that easily attaches to most football, lacrosse, and hockey helmets and instantly sends a signal to a smartphone on the sidelines when the player has taken a hard hit that puts them at higher risk for injury. The free app receives data from the sensor, displays information about the impact, and even walks the user through a concussion assessment. The app also logs symptom and impact data for future medical use. Visit ShopboxDFW.com to learn more about the Shockbox Impact Alert Sensor and determine if it is the right option for your child. Be warned instantly when a player has experienced a head impact that could result in a concussion. Visit ShockboxDFW.com today. ShockboxDFW.com.
Daddy? Daddy!
Yes, sweetheart?
What's a router?
It's a tool Daddy uses for plumbing emergencies.
Why?
People get clogged drains, and when that happens, you can't take a shower, you can't do the dishes, you can't do anything.
Mommy would like that. Hey, why do they call you Mr. Rooter?
Because I get to run the company.
Why?
Because Mommy says so. Now, I have to get back to work.
Someone has a plugged up drain.
When you want to build something, how do you start? With a plan, right? That's what AXA Advisors is about. We work with individuals and small businesses to help build financial strategies that get them closer to the things they want to in life. Start right by starting your financial strategy with AXA Advisors. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through AXA Advisors LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA.
Jason's Deli postgame show wrapping up here as the Coppell Cowboys deck the Lewisville Fighting Farmers 49-6 and end their season with an 8-1 record and 5-0 and 5-5-8. Now they'll be the top seed in Division I, Barry Probst, and they await, I guess, the winner of the Nimitz or Irving victory. And you got some stats for us, huh?
Yes, I do. And Coppell at halftime had a slim lead. Well, somewhat slim, 226-119 in total yardage. They end up outgaining Lewisville 411-145. And you might think Lewisville only held at 26 yards in the second half. Well, Jimmy, they only had like 2 possessions. And one went for about 18 yards. They had, a first down, and they got it, and they were moving the ball, and they were going to do something with it. And then they stymied, and they only got one first down, down in the second half.
And 26 total yards in the second half.
Coppell ends up outgaining them in the first down ledger 19-8, and it was 8-7 at half, if you recall.
That's right.
Rushing yardage, Coppell with a monstrous lead on that one. 43 carries for 264 yards rushing tonight versus Lewisville's 25 for 73, and Lewisville had 70 at the break. So 3 yards rushing net, for the Fighting Farmers in the second half. And their average rush was below 3 yards a carry. Tough to win ball games against really good teams like Coppell if you're averaging less than 3 yards a rush. They end up 9 of 17 passing for 1 pick between Adrian Villarreal and Matt McDougall tonight. And Coppell very efficient between Miles Pascal and Scott. No picks on the night. And Bonneau had gone 4 of 6 for over 100 yards passing in the first half, largely thanks to that 68-yard touchdown catch and run that was magnificent, bobbled around and pulled in by Josh Fink, and he galloped to the pylon and made that touchdown. This game was littered with big plays in terms of blocked punts, returned interceptions, returned punts, returned kickoffs, everything, all pretty much favoring Coppell, too. Punting yards. I mean, is that a thing you want to hang your hat on? Lewisville had 155 of them. They punted 6 times tonight. Coppell
had... means they're not moving the chains.
No. Coppell really held them in check and forced them to many 3-and-outs. And if it wasn't a 3-and-out, it was kind of like a 5-and-out. They'd get 1 first down, and then Coppell would buckle down. Lewisville... What plagued them at half also was 3 fumbles and one turnover officially. 1 fumble, 2 turnovers total. They didn't end up turning it over in the second half, and they only got 1 penalty in each half, but they did enough. And that's kind of weird. If you said you didn't have any turnovers after halftime, you only had 1 penalty each half, you think, well, you might be in this. But when you give up a blocked punt and you throw a pick that goes a long way, and you have that crazy catch by Fink that bobbles off some guy's hands and can't bat it away, you're probably not going to be benefiting from the other things you do correctly. And Bonneau, we might add, 3 touchdowns on the night, 4 out of 6 passing on 3. That's phenomenal. Even his backup, Miles Pascal, 3 for 4 for 21 yards. So a great game tonight by the offense in every aspect, especially the rushing. Parker Wilson came in and got a couple of carries, and Omar Rosales added some time out there running between the tackles. So, if ever a group had a team win with some of their big players on the sidelines, no less, taking the night off, it was this Coppell Cowboy bunch under Joe McBride tonight.
And if ever a group was as deep as they are, especially, on both sides of the ball and with that running back situation, too. So Coppell ranked 4th in the Sports Day 5A area poll. Don't know if they'll move up or not, but they were 12th in the AP state poll. But they get the big win tonight, 49-6. We'll wrap up the Jason's Deli postgame show. You're listening to Coppell Cowboys football on Champion Sports Radio.
Enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
For all your auto, home, life insurance needs, plus personal customer service right when you need it most, call Agent Josh Workman at 972-317-9630, extension 58782. Since 1912, we here at Liberty Mutual have been helping people live safer, more secure lives. Insurance from a company as responsible as you are. Go Cowboys!
To build something, how do you start? With a plan, right? That's what AXA Advisors is about. We work with individuals and small businesses to help build financial strategies that get them closer to the things they want to achieve in life. Start right by starting your financial strategy with AXA Advisors. Call Thomas Lee at 972-455-9114. That's 972-455-9114. Securities offered through AXA LLC, 212-314-4600. Member FINRA SIPC. Are you tired of only spending time as a family huddled around the TV? Would you like to enjoy some culture with your loved ones without breaking the bank? Then let me introduce you to the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra. The GDYO provides music education and performance opportunities for musically talented youth, but this is no kids' concert. The GDYO comprises 7 different ensembles made up of over 425 talented musicians ages 8 to 18, representing more than 50 communities in North Texas. You won't believe how amazing these ensembles sound until you hear it for yourself. So join them for one of their concerts at the Meyerson Symphony Center or Dallas City Performance Hall. For more information on how to make a donation, as well as a listing of upcoming GDYO concerts, visit gdyo.org. And if you know a talented young musician interested in an unbelievable experience, auditions take place in the spring. Connect with the Greater Dallas Youth Orchestra on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and at gdyo.org.
Getting funky here in the Jason's Deli postgame show, and the Cowboys 49-6 victory over Lewisville tonight. Let's wrap this thing up by mentioning again, Barry.
Fighting Farmers have to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, yeah. They're now at 3-7 and 1-5 was what they were. I just hung up my my
1-5 in district and 3-7 total.
Yep, actually 1-4 in district play and then 3-7 total. But Cowboys 8-1 total and 5-0 in district play. They'll be the number 1 seed. They'll play either Irving, Nimitz, or Irving next week. They'll know this weekend who that'll be. They win tonight 49-6. Our players of the game: Gavin McDaniel, 10 carries, 72 yards, 2 touchdowns. On offense, on defense is Troy Parker with that big pick and a bunch of tackles. And also an honorable mention to Killian Bresnan, too, who played a fine game tonight, as did the Cowboys defense, as they do every week. So that will wrap her up here from Max Goldsmith Stadium, Coppell Cowboys and Champion Sports Radio. This broadcast of the Coppell Independent School District, sponsored by Dickey's Barbecue, Velocity Sports Performance, Jason's Deli, Josh Workman and the Liberty Mutual Insurance, Frost Bank, Jay Macklin's, Anna Mia's, Floss Dental, and by Plumbing's First Responders, Mr. Reuter DFW, on the web at mrreuterdfw.com. Coppell Cowboys football is a presentation of Champion Sports Radio on Twitter at Champion Sports, Facebook.com/Champion Sports Radio, and online at ChampionSportsRadio.com. I'm Jimmy the St. Christopher. He is Barry Probst. Thanks for hanging with us as Coppell beats Lewisville tonight 49-6. We'll talk to you. So long.